Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to David E. Hastings Stadium, the home of the Guelph Royals. Zach Benoit alongside Max Purdon. We have a great matchup here for you. It's the red-hot Guelph Royals welcoming in the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers in what should be an absolute barn burner between these two teams. Max, I mean, this is going to be such an interesting game to watch. Guelph red-hot the last couple of games, looking to continue that trend here.
Yeah, absolutely. Guelph coming in with 3 straight wins, and on the other side, Chatham-Kent, I mean, they have been mashing to start this season to the tune of 24 home runs. That's 14 more than Guelph so far this season. Their bats have really been alive at the outset of this 2026 CBL campaign. And you know what, Zach, we've had a really nice little window of weather here because it was raining for a lot of the day. Now a little bit of sun is out. We're hopefully able to get this full game in. And I'm looking forward to seeing what happens here tonight.
Yeah, can't wait to get this one underway. Again, if you take a look at the standings, the Guelph Royals, who started the season 0-5, well, they have proceeded to go 6-6 after that 0-5 start. They are at even 500, trying to go over 500 for the first time this season. They are 2 games behind the Welland Jackfish, who a team that the Guelph Royals want to get back on the right side of again. They are probably excited to face them again down the road. But for the most part, this is going to be a fun game here. Chatham-Kent, they are right behind the Royals. Again, losers of their last 2. But like you mentioned, this is a team with a lot of pop.
Yeah, the last time these two teams played, it was back in the first game of the season for both of these teams. Kean Johnston and Yushin Oda both had 2 home runs each. So big offensive performances for both of those guys. And it was a 16-2 win for the Barnstormers. So Guelph going to try to turn it around here tonight, stay hot, and hopefully get a better result this time out.
On the mound for the Guelph Royals, it will be the big man Edgar Garcia will get the start. And he's a guy where one of the games out, he faced Toronto. He had a rough second inning in that game, allowing 7 runs. But then he proceeded to shove and produce, I believe it was 5 or 6 straight scoreless innings. It was tremendous work out of Garcia, and he'll look to kind of find that form here at home.
Yeah, the native of the Dominican Republic. Of course, he played in the majors with Philadelphia, Tampa Bay, Cincinnati, and Minnesota. Now here playing in Guelph, and like you said, his last time out was June 3rd in Toronto at Christie Pitts. He went 7 innings. A lot of length in that start, of course. 6 earned runs allowed, 7 total runs on 12 hits, but he was able to rebound from that tough second inning and put together a very lengthy start that gave this Guelph bullpen a little bit of relief. A 7.71 ERA on the season so far, but it's a chance here tonight to maybe deflate that number a little bit. Just 2 appearances so far on the season for him.
Yeah, I think when you look at the numbers, the ERA doesn't really do justice of how well he's pitched, especially in that game against the Maple Leafs. You take out that 1 second inning, and it is completely different. It was shutout baseball. He had 7 strikeouts in that ball game to no walks. He was on fire. First man he will face is going to be the second baseman, number 5, Thomas Green. Again, the Barnstormers looking to get on the right side of the ship after dropping 2. First pitch, we are underway, and it's just missing, low and away for ball 1. This is a line shot right through the hole on the left side, so Green will come up swinging, and he gets the first hit of the ball game.
Good start for Green. Chatham-Kent, another one of these teams in the CBL with a lot of BC representation, and not just BC. They've got players from all over the globe, really. A lot of Japanese representation, players from the Dominican, players from France. It's really a lineup of players from all over the globe. It's an international team.
They do a very good job of, scouting out players. And again, playing out in Chatham-Kent, got the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame out there. They play at Fergie Jenkins Field, do a tremendous job. I remember when they were first introduced into the league and the hype that it brought. It was just a new face in the at the time IBL, now CBL, and it's been fun ever since watching the Barnstormers.
Evan Morrison, the 2025 batting champ in the league, with a .422 batting average, .357 this season, so he's going to get on base a lot.
This was a very fun team to watch, and Morrison last year was one of those guys where it was just, you know, constant contact, getting on base. Another guy in the lineup, he's lowered down, Spencer Morin. Hasn't had a hot start yet in this season, but you know, the intro, he batted first season with the Barnstormers, he batted .296. Line shot to first, and that's going to get through past Muskai. Green's going to take a turn at second and head into third. Now the throw into the second base is going to be too late, and Morrison will have himself a double.
Well, like I was just saying, Morrison is going to find himself on base. He hits that one just under the glove of Victor Muskai at first base and scampers into second with a little bit of a hustle double. 2 runners in scoring position in the blink of an eye here for the Barnstormers.
And it's going to bring up the red-hot Julian Monk, riding a 3-game hit streak.
Another batter in this lineup with a really high average, .364 on the season so far. Monk's one of the players from France I was talking about. Him and today's starting pitcher for the Barnstormers.
Line shot into right center field. It's going to get down and cash 1. Second runner going to be held up at third, and that's an RBI single for Julian Monks, and the Barnstormers are off and running early.
Well, 3 straight base hits to start the game for this Barnstormers offense. Like we were talking about just before first pitch, this is a lineup of really good hitters, and they have jumped on Garcia pretty early.
Grayson Barrett will come up now. Left fielder today for the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers.
Barrett, all CBL the last 2 seasons. Was a champion with the Jackfish last year.
Shoots this one down the left field side, but foul.
I parked my car in a more strategic spot this time. I learned my lesson. You know, the cars are in danger here at Hastings Stadium.
Grayson Barrett spent 2 years with Welland. This is his first season with the Barnstormers. Runner takes off. This is a perfect hit and run, and going first to third will be Monks. An RBI will cross, and just a perfectly placed hit. Nothing that Gilbert could have done about that one.
Well, Monks was stealing second base there, and it caught Anthony Gilbert coming over to second base to cover, and because he was coming over to cover, he couldn't make the play on the ground ball. And this parade of hits just continues here for the Barnstormers. 4 straight base hits to start this game, and it's 2-0 without a single out recorded.
For Grayson Barrett, that's his 7th consecutive game recording a hit, riding a 7-game hit streak. He has been red hot to start the season. The only games he hasn't registered a hit so far this year have been against the Cardinals on May 22nd and the London Majors on June 2nd. Other than that, he has just torn the cover off the baseball. Garcia gets Oda swinging through that one.
Oda, another hitter in this lineup who has just been red hot to start this season. 1.093 is his OPS so far. Just absolutely dominating from the catcher position.
Shoots this one down the line, foul.
2-strike count here for Garcia. We'll see if he can get a whiff, restore a little bit of confidence here. It's tough when you're a starting pitcher and you can't seem to find an out.
trying to get locked in here is Garcia. Again, it's just been a assault basically to start this game. The Barnstormers have just come in swinging.
They've jumped all over him. Couple of hard hit balls, couple that just snuck through the infield.
Pitch here, and it's shot to shallow right field. Geraldo going back. He'll make the grab. Runner's tagging up, and now will scamper all the way back to third.
That one got in on the hands of Oda, just pops that one into really shallow right field. And finally, the first out of the game for the Royals. Now in a position to maybe set up the double play and end the inning. If you're Garcia, probably looking to try to get a ground ball here or a strikeout.
I'll bring up Austin Gurney, who has been the hottest hitter so far this season for the Barnstormers, sporting a .375 batting average. Runner takes off for second. They snap, throw it, the back over to third. Do they get him? No. So Ward whipped it back to Garcia, and Edgar Garcia, the throw took him off his feet and had to make a strong throw to third, and he did, but it was just a little bit late.
Yeah, Gurney has just been ridiculous to start this season. 1.205 OPS through his first 13 games. He's got 15 hits in his last 7 games, and he already has 2 multi-home run games to start this season. And he's a rookie here in the CBL, only 24 years old. It's just been a dream start to his CBL career.
Tied for the team lead with 5 home runs. That's with the man standing at second base, Grayson Barrett.
Alumni of Moose Jaw of the Western Canadian Baseball League.
Garcia trying to fight here. Swung and hit to center field. Williams has a beat on it. He'll make the catch. This looks like it's going to be deep enough, and it will be to cash in the run. So the Barnstormers tack on another, and they're up 3-0, but Garcia has 2 outs now.
Productive out there for Gurney. Able to get the runner in from third with fly ball that was just deep enough into center field to make sure that the throw was nothing to worry about.
Spencer Morin coming up to bat here again. Another one of these players that have been with the Barnstormers for a couple of years. He was back with them in the inaugural season of 2024. I believe he was also the first player ever signed by the Barnstormers. Fouls this one right to the backstop. 0-2 count now on Morin.
It's nice that the box here is, it's got the net in front of us, right? You know,
I saw you jumping out of the way. I ain't gonna let you get away with that one.
Some broadcasting locations, you have to have your dodging skills ready to go. The instincts just kicked in a little bit.
And I'll tell you right now, folks, if the net wasn't here, Max was easily getting out of the way of that one. Fly ball left field. Dos Santos beat on it, and he'll make the grab. So that will retire the side. But the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers, they come marching down, and they score 3 in the top half of the first. The Royals looking to answer here in the bottom half. You're watching Royals TV.
Everyone dreams of being great. Only a select few can be iconic. But only one is chosen. Introducing the Chosen One from Rawlings. The all-new one-piece composite iteration of the top-rated and established Icon BB Core bat.
To be the best, you've got to bring performance from every second. game is getting faster every season. So Rawlings made a time machine to help you keep up. Introducing the all-new Velo ACP. It's light, it's balanced, so you can pick your pitch and drive the ball with maximum exit velocity. The game's gotten faster. Your bat has too.
Get ready, Chatham-Kent. For the first time ever in the new Canadian Baseball League era, the 2026 All-Star Showdown is landing at Fergie Jenkins Field on the July 11th and 12th weekend. The league's top talent all in one place. Watch the full slate of skills competitions, including the popular Home Run Derby on Saturday, and on Sunday, the ultimate 2026 CBL All-Star Game featuring your favorite players for a mid-season showdown. Chatham-Kent, it's our time. The All-Star Weekend of the new CBL era. It's history in the making.
Yeah.
Bottom half of the first inning due up, and it's going to be leadoff man Ryan Dos Santos coming up to bat.
He's facing Thibaut Mercadier from Normandy, France on the mound today for the Barnstormers. You don't see that as a hometown very often.
Yeah, that was a fun one to learn who was starting today.
Can't say I know many athletes from Normandy, France, if any.
Well, in his first season with the Barnstormers, he's made 3 appearances so far, and he has 2 losses and no decision. It's been a little bit of a tough go getting things started here for Mercadier.
If I understand this right, he was something of a prodigy in the French baseball circuit. He made it to the highest level of French baseball at just 16 years old. Sounds like he was just dominating over there across the pond. Not so much in the CBL so far, but obviously it's early in this season.
Dos Santos lifts this one, left field but foul. And yeah, you mentioned he's 23 years old, rookie here in the CBL. And the stuff, it looks like it plays 13 strikeouts in 10 innings pitched, only 4 walks. It's just kind of been the hits and the earned runs that have been biting at him. He's given up 17 hits in 10 innings so far. But again, got to get adjusted to the CBL, and the way it plays here is the big thing for Mercadier. Dos Santos, it's evened up 2-2. The pitch, and Mercadier goes with an off speed, and he gets Dos Santos swinging for strike 3.
Good pitch, top rail there, able to get Dos Santos to swing just under it. Confidence building first at bat for Mercadier. Still has not gone longer than 4 innings pitched in any of his 3 appearances so far this season, but we'll see if he can turn that around here tonight.
Anthony Gilbert comes up to bat. 4 games played so far, is sporting a nice .421 batting average. He has been really just electric since he joined the Royals. First pitch swinging here, and it's foul to the backstop.
I was going to dodge that one too. Gilbert, Quebecois, different type of Frenchman in the box and on the mound.
Also played in the NAIA with the Campbellville University Tigers, as he watches that one go by. Ooh, gets him going around. That was a nice looking off speed.
That was a sword, looked like. Didn't even get the bat all the way around. Nice pitch. Gilbert has had a great start to the season. 8 hits over his last 3 games.
Mercadier, and that one chopped off by Gilbert. More of a protection swing there.
Gilbert, a 4-hit day in Toronto on June 10th. He's had 3 straight multi-hit games.
Count here 1-2. Mercadier trying to work through another clean batter here. Here's the pitch. It's an off-speed, low and away, missing. Evened up here, 2-2.
Good take there.
Again, if you're just tuning in, the Barnstormers, well, they got off and running early. 3 runs in the top half. Guelph trying to answer back. Gilbert hits this one to the left side. He's hustling down the line and just in time. Big time play made there by the Barnstormers. And Thomas Green, he filled the hole right there between first and second. Made a nice play and a good throw over.
Yeah, it was a really nice play over there at second base. It was a really high bouncing chopper over between the first and second baseman. Looked like maybe Owen Constantino was going to go try to play it, but he retreats back to the base, and Green is right there to back him up. Makes a throw on the run and beats the runner to the bag.
First pitch there to the Royal second baseman Miguel Geraldo is in there for strike 1.
Geraldo holding an 8-game hitting streak coming into this one. Another guy with a long stretch of good hitting. Only 25 years old, out of the Dominican Republic.
This is low and away, missing.
3 home runs on the season as well.
You mentioned the last time these two teams met, it was on opening day up there in Chatham-Kent, and it was the Barnstormers taking care of business on home turf. The Royals here looking for a little bit of revenge back here at their home ballpark. Mercadier pitched there, and it's just low. Count's going now to 2-1. We'll
see if Geraldo gets aggressive here now that he's ahead in the count. Try to find a pitch he likes and become the first man to reach base for the Royals early in this one.
Geraldo leading the team in RBIs, only Royal in double digits. Chops at this one, but pulls it foul. He's also tied for the team lead in hits. Him and Garrett Takamatsu have been doing a great job. Here at home, though, it's been a little bit of a tough go for Miguel Geraldo. In 4 games here at Hastings Stadium, he's only batting $188. Trying to turn that around. Does have a home run here. One of 2 players to hit a home run at home for the Royals. 2s everywhere. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch, and how about this? First inning of work by Fubile Mercadier. 1, 2, 3. He sits down the Guelph Royals. After 1, it's 3-0 for the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers. We head to the top half of the second. You're watching Guelph Royals TV.
What I like about my Rollins glove is really just the quality of it. Every year I get a glove, man, I know it's going to be made the right way. It's going to last me all year. Besides that, the colors, man, you get to have a little fun with it.
What I like about Rollins glove first and foremost is the quality.
It's got to be like an extension of my hand and very flexible and have a deep pocket and, ready for diving and anything that comes my way.
What I look for in a Rollins glove is something that's durable, it's going to last me a long time. I like the Pro Preferred. For me, I just feel like it lasts longer.
I'd probably just do this whole color scheme right here. I'm gonna wait for the gold. I gotta get gold glove before I can do the gold.
As a kid growing up, whenever I'd see somebody out on the baseball field, that's all they had was a Rollins. All I wanted to do was grow up and get a chance to be on a major league field and, have my Rollins.
Welcome back to David E. Hastings Stadium. Zach Benoit alongside Max Purdon. Here in the top half of the second, Edgar Garcia, who will face the bottom two in this Barnstormers lineup. Owen Constantino, who lifts this down the left field side. Three players converging on it, but it's going to be out of the range of all three. Owen Constantino, Robert Mackey, and then we go back to the top of the order in Thomas Green. Those are three due up here.
No relief for Garcia in the bottom of this lineup. Constantino, another batter here for the Barnstormers with an OPS north of 1.0. 1.089 is his current OPS, a .360 batting average playing first base for this Chatham-Kent side.
It's going to be interesting to see how Garcia adapts in this ball game. Again, he had something similar happen to him as Constantino lifts this to center field. Williams is there. He'll make the grab for out number one. But just to the point I was making there, Max, it's going to be interesting to see. Can Edgar Garcia kind of have the same success he found in Toronto, where he had that one inning where it felt like the Maple Leafs were just hitting everything off of him, and then, for the rest of the game, he was just shut down silent.
Yeah, we'll see how he's able to bounce back. Obviously, a guy, as we talked about, with major league experience, that comes with psychological fortitude, I would say. He knows that, he's got the stuff to hang in there, even if he has a rough start to the game. And he's demonstrated it already this season, that he's been able to bounce back and turn what looks like a blow-up into a pretty good quality start.
Robert Mackey comes up and swings at the first pitch for strike one. Second one, he's looking as it goes by. Mackey, a veteran of 4 seasons. I guess this being his 5th. 5 seasons of the CBL. Played 1 year with Welland, 1 year with London, and he spent the last 2 with the Barnstormers. Trying to find his footing here in this Chatham-Kent lineup. 27-year-old out of Vancouver.
Chatham-Kent does a really nice job on their website. They have a lot of little fun facts about their players, and one that I can share with you here. He was part of the first triple play in franchise history for the Barnstormers.
Interesting. I didn't know they had the little fun facts in there. That's pretty cool.
They do, yeah. They
cool.
got a lot of little fun facts.
Gotta love it. Gotta love to see it.
They're a little bit editorialized. Like they call some of their guys like stars, like star utility weapon.
Love that.
Right?
Love that.
They're very loving with their fun facts.
Well, how else are you supposed to be? Fun facts for the players. As Garcia misses there, he count running even 2-2. Oh, excuse me. Count actually going up to 3-2, which is one of the pitches were missed. Home plate umpire had to signal to everybody. I think Garcia was confused about it as well. Here's the full count. Ground ball, pulled foul yet again. Third time we've seen Mackey do it here in this at-bat.
How often do you see designated hitters batting ninth? This is very unusual.
Well, then I got to bring you an interesting question here, partner. What do you see? What's more rare, a designated hitter batting ninth or a designated hitter batting leadoff?
I got to go with ninth, because sometimes you can have a really speedy guy batting leadoff that doesn't, like a Chandler Simpson kind of guy, doesn't really have it in the field.
And Garcia gets him to swing through it for strike 3. First strikeout of the ball game for number 22. And I was just setting you up for that one because Kyle Schwarber, designated hitter,
you're right.
leads off.
Yes, he does. Yeah.
I was hoping you'd pick that one up, but it's okay. So back to the top of the order, it's going to be Thomas Green, who got the party started for the Barnstormers in the first inning, led off the game with a single through the left side.
The bounce back has continued in this second inning for Garcia. We'll see if he's able to exercise his demons with the top of this Chatham-Kent order.
Strike one there.
They started the game off with 4 straight hits, and now a chance to redeem himself and get the Guelph offense back in the field.
Yeah, they start off the game going single, double, single, single, which cashed in 2. As Garcia is firing now. It's another strike as he's ahead 0-2.
I wrote down in my notes before the game that Guelph is happier to play small ball A lot of their runs have come via balls in play and runners in scoring position. And Chatham-Kent has been more of the three true outcomes team, but so far in this game, all of the runs for Chatham-Kent have come via single, double, single, single.
Trying to have a clean inning. Here's Garcia with the 0-2. Ground ball hit to short. Gilbert takes on a hop. The throw to first is in time. 1, 2, 3 go the Barnstormers, and boy, did Edgar Garcia need that. Clean inning. The Royals head to the bottom half of the second looking to answer back. You're watching Royals TV.
Yeah, what do you recommend?
I love this color right here.
So I'm gonna do like a navy and red lace.
I like to be subtly flashy. My first glove was the Rawlings glove. This right here is kind of my baby. Took a year for her to break in. Rawlings guys hooked me up with this color. It was a new color that came out, and I was like, let me get it.
I always played with a Rawlings glove. That's all I know. It was branded in my brain to play with that.
I just fell in love that it was brand new, and when you get a pro glove, you don't have to put it in the microwave, you don't have to run it over with your car. All you gotta do is use it.
If I missed the ball with this glove, it went in the microwave. That was his punishment.
He's blaming the arrow and not the Indian.
It's like you forget about it, yeah. Because I did this. Welcome back to David E. Hastings Stadium. Zach Benoit alongside Max Purdon. Garrett Takamatsu, the number 4 hitter and designated hitter for today, is going to get things started here. Tak has been red hot really all season long.
He was someone I really wanted to highlight coming in because he has only been held hitless one time so far this season.
Well, another fun fact about Takamatsu, he's so well known for his power, but there's a stat where he sits top 5 in the CBL, and that's on-base percentage. He has an on-base percentage of .525. Can you guess the second Guelph Royal, the second highest on-base percentage?
Oh, man. Dos Santos, he's leading off.
It is not Dos Santos. It is Ashton Patterson, .516, as Takamatsu rolls this over to short and throws in time to retire Garrett.
I think the Takamatsu stat that I find more unbelievable is that he has no home runs so far this year. And despite that, his OPS is still 1.051. I mean, that is how much he's been mashing, even without the long ball.
Well, it's interesting to look at, too, because, again, he's also been walked numerous times. In the games against the Maple Leafs, he's been intentionally walked, I believe, 3 times.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those things where the league, you respect the resume of Garrett Takamatsu. Again, he was a Rookie of the Year in 2018. He was an MVP in 2021. The stuff speaks for itself.
His reputation precedes him.
Yeah.
So much so that it might be to his detriment if he's getting intentional walked and he's not getting opportunities to hit the long ball.
I laugh because you look at the numbers throughout his career season-wise. You know, he spent multiple years with Toronto, 3 seasons now with Guelph. You know, his quote-unquote worst season was him batting .287. But for most guys, that's a fantastic year.
Yeah, that's a guy who's figured out.
Mascai rolls this over to second, and he's retired. So quickly, 2 groundouts to start the bottom half of the second inning.
was going to say that's a guy who's figured out CBL pitching pretty well. And this guy played in the World Baseball Classic for Brazil earlier this year. Pretty cool.
Hit a home run off of Michael Waka.
Michael Waka.
I think there was one more. I just can't remember the name, but
You
I remember the Michael Waka one.
Do you think he has the baseball?
Honestly, I don't know. If it was his first WBC hit, probably. But again, I feel like it's harder to get the baseball in the WBC than it would in regular MLB.
Maybe.
Davis Nadal coming up here, third baseman today for the Guelph Royals. Been talking so much about the Royals here, but I mean, on the mound, again, it's just been a tremendous job by Fibule Mercadier.
He's going to have a really good chance to break his innings pitched record.
Skied down the left field side, and it's going to carry into foul territory. Thibaut Mercadier, again, you mentioned he was kind of that, the French phenom, I guess you can say. At 16 years old, comes over here, and he's just trying to find his footing, but this has been his best start so far.
16 is just ridiculous. It's like the movie Rookie of the Year. Like, I think if I were a batter, I would just be kind of angry if I was getting dominated by a 16-year-old. I think I would be in a very foul mood.
Just shows the talent, I mean, worldwide, really. 1-2 count here to Davis Nadal. Trying to keep the inning alive. Mercadier, the delivery, and it's fouled off to the backstop. Well, if you look at really just this Chatham-Kent Barnstormer team as a whole, you already mentioned it. They are just as international as they come. Players out of Canada, obviously, but two players out of France, one out of Bakersfield, California, a couple out of Japan, one out of Finland, and Dominican Republic.
Finland.
Pitch just missing down low. Good eye there by Nadal.
You ever been to Finland?
I have not. I've heard it's beautiful, though. I've heard it is a very nice country to go vacation in. Nadal trying to keep the Royals inning alive here. Try to strike back after the 3 spot that was put up by the Barnstormers. Mercadier, here's the pitch. Ground ball pulled to second. Takes on a hop. The throw to first is in time. Well, 6 up, 6 down for Thibaut Mercadier. He continues to rock and roll here in Guelph. The Royals trail by 3 as we head to the 3rd inning here on Royals TV. Welcome back here. Top half of the 3rd inning. It'll be Morrison, Monks, and Barrett due up here to face Garcia, who is already ahead 0-1 to Evan Morrison, who doubled down the first base line his last time up.
Part of that first inning barrage that gave Chatham-Kent this early lead.
He had a kind of squibbler, it felt like, up that first base side. It bounced off the lip of the grass, right past the glove of Maskai, and then just died in the outfield grass. It was raining earlier today, and I think that kind of plays a little bit of a factor too. Some of these hard-hit ground balls that the Royals have had, and even the Barnstormers, you know, the grass on the infield is just killing it. But the reason I think that Evan Morrison was able to get that double one, he hustled out the whole way through as he fouls this one off, still behind 0-2. That the grass absolutely killed it, and Patterson just did not expect it to die that fast, and Morrison, he read it as soon as it got in the outfield and just heads up base running.
It could have been the reason why it got under the glove of Maskai as well. If the grass is a little bit damp and it can affect how the ball is bouncing over there, definitely could have made it an awkward read.
Morrison putting together a strong at-bat. This has been some tough pitches fouled off. Garcia, again, he was rocking and rolling in the last half inning, went 1-2-3.
The CBL Rookie of the Year last season for Chatham-Kent with a .422 average like we talked about last time he was up. He's playing some Legion of Boom type defense with 2 strikes here.
Off speed, just missing, lone away. Garcia trying to work and get a big time out here. 1-2. Another one fouled off, and it's hit the same spot of this netting. And Edgar Garcia on the mound, just a big smile because he's like, what the heck do I got to do to put away Morrison right
Garcia
now?
probably thinks he's in like some sick version of Groundhog's Day where his day gets reset every pitch, because that has been the same result on 3 straight pitches.
Yeah, he's made really good pitches on the outside half, and now we'll just take a step off as just regather himself. But these are the fun at bats. You have a pitcher who has such good strikeout stuff, and then you have a batter who is gonna scratch and claw his way through an at bat. Here's the 1-2. It's shot, fair ball down the third base line. Morrison, he's turning, he's going to second. The throw from Dos Santos, just not in time. So it's another double for Evan Morrison. He's gone down the first baseline. Now he goes down the third baseline off the bag, and he is just off to a red-hot start. And I don't know if you caught it, partner, but the second that ball was a hit off the bag, Edgar Garcia just smiled and laughed.
Yeah, that's 2 straight hits where it's gone just right down the line. That one bounces off the bag, and Dos Santos almost threw him out. That was a really nice throw to second base. But just able to beat out the throw was Morrison, and now a runner in scoring position once again for the Barnstormers.
Julian Monks had the RBI single his last time up. First pitch to him here, it's in there for strike 1.
Monk's a native of Cambridge, but not Cambridge, Ontario. Cambridge, Massachusetts. If you tell someone you're from Cambridge around here, they'll probably think,
oh, yeah,
it's the Ontario version, right?
Yep. Inside, just missing. 1-1 rolls the count.
Gets on base in just under half of his at-bats. Chance to drive in a run here. He's already got the 1 RBI this game.
Watches that off-speed in there, and it's another good spinner by Edgar Garcia.
Froze him. Great pitch by Garcia. Looked like it was right over the plate.
Trying to get a big out, number 1 with a runner in scoring position is Garcia. Leans in, gets his sign. Here's the delivery. Fouled off yet again. These Barnstormers, man, they are a pesky bunch.
They're certainly trying to drive up this pitch count on Garcia, who went 7 innings last time out. He's going to have trouble doing that again if the Barnstormers are going to keep playing defense at the plate like this.
A team batting average coming into this one that sat at 296. As a team, 143 hits. The move to second just a tick late. Geraldo thought he might have had him.
Another close play at second base there. Geraldo almost able to make the tag, but once again, the call goes in favor of Chatham-Kent.
Chatham-Kent have the 5th highest team batting average. As again, they have just been red hot to start the season. Here's the 1-2. This one is hit off the inside of the bat, and Maskai will catch it over there at first for out number 1.
Well executed pitch there from Garcia. Gets the jam shot, very easy catch over there at first base. And an easy out number 1. Help Garcia ease into this inning after the double to get things started. It's interesting that Chatham-Kent has had such a strong start to the season on the batting side of things, but their record just has not reflected that so far. I mean, 5-8, it really doesn't seem to match up with how well they've been hitting. But maybe situationally it hasn't been as strong. Maybe on the pitching side they've struggled. It's just usually you see when hitters are this hot, it correlates with a much better record.
And when you looked at how the start of the season went, they won the opening game 16-2 against Guelph, and then they dropped the next 3. Picked up a victory against the Barry Baycats, which was a huge win. Dropped a close one between Brantford. Dropped a next one against London 9-0. Pickoff move to second again, but not in time. They've been in some very close ball games, and I think the biggest takeaways have been they just haven't been able to get the job done late in the games. You look at, again, like I mentioned, the game at Brantford. They lost 5-4. A game they played against the Baycats, they lost 11-10. They're getting close in some of these. As the runner takes off for third, the throw down, not in time. It was a close play, a good throw by Ward. Tag might have been a bit high. Evan Morrison will swipe a bag.
Yet another close play at the plate with Morrison, but a well-timed steal to move into third base. He beats out what was a good throw from Ward.
That's Morrison's 6th stolen base of the season, and it's the team's 18th. Well, the infield will come on in with the runner at third, as that's in there for a strike. So it counts 1-1 here on maybe the hottest hitter for the side of the Barnstormers, Grayson Barrett. And he's quickly behind 0-2. Again, Austin Gurney might lead the team with a .375 average, but Barrett has been impressive. 5 home runs, 22 RBIs. He has been the man they call upon whenever they need attack. Pitch there, just off the black. Beautiful spot by Garcia, just didn't get the call. 2-2, evened up.
This would be a big spot for a strikeout. Eliminate a chance at a sac fly.
Ground ball pulled foul.
Another long battle here. Already had 49 pitches in this game for Garcia.
Again, he is a workhorse. We've seen him throw games where he's thrown well over 100 pitches. Looks like he might have to try and do that again today if he wants to go for a while in this one. Another pitch just missing. Garcia, he liked it, and it did look good, just didn't get the call.
Another close take from Barrett. Man, Garcia, he's pitching well. He just can't seem to put guys away here. It's been such a struggle to pick up these outs.
3-2 count now. Here's the pitch. Swung and missed to the backstop. It'll go. Barrett was telling the runner to come home. Now the play at first, and it goes right into the legs of Grayson Barrett. A play that was a lot closer because, again, he's signaling Morrison to come home and score.
Well, that's a frustrating one if you're the pitcher. You get the strikeout, but ball goes to the backstop, the run scores, and you don't get the out at first base. And like I was just alluding to, these outs have been so hard to come by already for Garcia, and you get the strikeout and not being able to turn that into an out, that is just brutal.
Yeah, so he will get the strikeout, but again, like you said, doesn't go down as an out. And that'll bring up the backstop, Yushin Oda, who popped out to second his last time up. First pitch here to Oda is missing inside for a ball. Now, I'm pretty sure the Barnstormers faithful, they know Yushin Oda. They've seen him on social media. For anybody that follows the Royals and doesn't know about Oda, he has those meta glasses, the sunglasses, and I came across it just last week where he posted a game where the Barnstormers played against the Barrie Baycats, and you know, it's just him playing back catcher in a CBL game, and it was just one of those things where you stop and watch the video and you're like, this is really, really cool to watch.
I always love those videos, the POV camera from the catcher, even from the batter's perspective. That was so cool to watch.
And it's awesome. You can hear the little side commentary he has. He does a really good job, and I do hope that he keeps doing it throughout the season because, again, it's something so fun to see. Pickoff move first won't be in time.
Garcia has been trying to snipe a couple outs on the base paths here. Hasn't been able to pick anyone off so far, but like we've talked about, a few close plays.
Oda swinging through that one, a high fastball he couldn't catch up to.
Really well executed pitch there from Garcia. Goes top of the rail, and Oda just can't catch it up at the top of the strike zone.
Barnstormers have already tacked on to their 3-0 leads, now 4-0. They're just trying to have a big inning again here. It's, again, these 2, 3, 4 hitters that have just been so good all season long. Here's the pitch from Garcia. Line shot through the hole on the right side. And the runner will just go station to station as Yushin Oda has himself his first hit of the ballgame.
One consequence of these long innings from the Barnstormers is that we got some crummy weather on the way.
Yeah, we do.
We could run into some issues here if this offensive strategy continues for Chatham-Kent. So we'll cross our fingers that those clouds don't come too quickly.
I'm going to pull up Old Reliable here. Good old Weather Network, and just open the map to see where that's at right now. Ooh. Yeah, obviously we hoping to get as much of this game done as possible, and it looks like, you know, the rain's going to be coming in probably around 10 o'clock. But, again, you never know. You never know with Mother Nature. It's always up to her.
And you never know with the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers. They could take this game well past 10 p.m. if they continue what they're doing so far.
Ground ball hit to short. And Gilbert takes on hop to second. Time over to first, not in time. And it was kind of an awkward play there for Anthony Gilbert, where he had to wait for the umpire and the runner to get out of the way. He takes it on his back foot, and then he throws it to the second for Geraldo, and they get the runner.
It was a good play by Gilbert. That was a pretty hard hit ball. And he's able to field it and get it over to second to pick up the second out of the inning.
So Gurney will reach base via the fielder's choice. As now there's runners on the corners, but 2 outs for the Guelph Royals. First pitch here for strike against Spencer Morin. Royals have been a red-hot team, kind of have had that never-say-die attitude in their game ever since that 0-5 start, as Garcia's here ahead 0-2.
Yeah, they were down 3 runs their last time out versus Kitchener. Went down 6-3 in the top of the 7th. Bottom 7, they scored 4 to take the lead. They're going to have to do something similar in this one to get back in it.
Here's the 0-2. Fastball up high, missing for ball 1. It's really just been a tale of 2 seasons, you know. First 5 games, 0-7. The 7 following that, you go 6-1. These hitters have gone hot. A lot of the talk on the bench and just kind of in the clubhouse has been, you know, we have a good team when we still have great players on its way. We talked about Gilbert earlier. He didn't start the season with a team, but he's here now, coming from Campbellville University.
Yeah, the team's continuing to evolve and round into much better form than how they started the season.
And a lot of these guys, they just trust each other. And the lineup, 1 through 9, can be very dangerous. 2-2, runner takes off, and they're going to say it hit him. So Morin will take his base, and well, they're juiced up for Owen Constantino.
Constantino not who you want to see with the bases loaded if you are Garcia, like we talked about earlier in this game. Absolutely dominating so far this season. Already 3 home runs. They'll look to add to that total.
Time's called. Dino's going to go out there and just talk with his starter. And the infield as well. Again, it's a beautiful night for baseball here in Guelph, Ontario. I mean, if the weather holds up, I think that's kind of the biggest factor right now for the remainder of this ball game. But, I mean, it is just perfect weather. There's a nice little breeze going. It's not too hot, not too cold.
I think Mother Nature wanted this game to be played. Because
think so.
When I was driving into town, it was pouring, and I was getting a little bit worried. And then all of a sudden, as soon as we crept closer and closer to first pitch, I see some blue sky, the rain goes away, it's starting to feel a little bit warmer. Destiny just willed it that this game would be played.
So a big at-bat in this ball game here. Constantino has an opportunity to kind of kick the doors open here for the Barnstormers. But on the other side, it's Garcia trying to slam the door shut. First pitch, it's off speed, top of the zone, in there for strike 1.
Looks like a little bit of stretching going on in the Royals bullpen over there.
Yeah, getting some movement down there, some arms loosening up. Fly ball into shallow left field. Got it off the end of the bat, and that's going to cash 1. It's going to cash 2. And you couldn't have placed it any more perfect if you were Owen Constantino. It's a 2-out, 2-run RBI single.
That's another frustrating pitch for Edgar Garcia. Earlier in the inning, he has the dropped third strike that doesn't go for an out. That one is a well-executed pitch. He gets the swing off the end of the bat from Constantino, but it just bloops into shallow left field and brings home 2 more runs. And this number is getting more and more crooked for the Barnstormers.
6-0 score for the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers. Mackey will come up. Last time up, he struck out swinging.
Mackey, in his 3rd season with the Barnstormers, was an all-star in his debut campaign with the squad. Maybe the one hitter in this lineup that hasn't been so hot to start this season. Only a 1.25 average so far. Could be an opportunity here for Garcia to finally put down this side.
off speed has Mackey swinging through it, and he's behind 0-2.
Something that Garcia is doing is really fooling Mackey so far. He got the strikeout earlier in the game on him, and that was a pretty egregious whiff.
Trying to get out of this inning with limited damage is Edgar Garcia. Comes set, here's the pitch. Fly ball hit foul right over the stands. So we'll do it all over again here. Top of the order, Thomas Green standing on deck. 1 for 2 in the ball game. Garcia, he wants to get his man here. Bottom of the order, number 9 hitter. Here comes the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Garcia gets out of it. But the Barnstormers, they tack on 3 more, and it's a 6-0 ball game as we head to the bottom half of the third. The Royals coming up to bat here on Guelph Royals TV.
To be the best, you've got to ring performance from every second. The game is getting faster every season. So Rawlings made a time machine to help you keep up. Introducing the all-new Velo ACP. It's light, it's balanced, so you can pick your pitch and drive the ball with maximum exit velocity. The game's gotten faster. Your bat has too.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Bottom half of the third inning. Coming up here from David E. Hastings Stadium, Zach Benoit alongside Max Purdon. J.D. Williams comes up to bat here. The bottom 3, Williams, Ward, and Patterson due up to face Thibaut Mercadier.
It's been a long break between innings for Mercadier. We'll see if this is something that the Royals can take advantage of. It's tough. You know, you get a little bit cold when you're sitting down there in the dugout for so long. That was just such a long inning for the Barnstormers. So many pitches, so many at-bats.
It's got to feel good for him because at the same time, he's gone 6 up, 6 down to start this ball game. Tremendous stuff.
Yeah, these 2 starts couldn't be going any differently for both sides. For Garcia, it has just been an absolute grind. And for Mercadier, what's the opposite of a grind?
Smooth sailing.
A water slide.
Yep.
It's been a water slide.
1-1 count here to the Royals center fielder. He watches that one go by for a ball. Williams has been a very interesting player to watch this season because he was a guy that started the season off really rough. He was just trying to get going, trying to get the bat going, and it just seemed like it wasn't coming around. Last game he played against the Maple Leafs on June 10th, he went 2 for 3 with 2 walks in that ball game as well. He swings through that one for strike 2. And, you know, it felt like it was a confidence booster for him. So a guy that is just so good at patrolling center field for the Royals, and a bat that they know is an elite one.
An all-star in the CBL back in 2024.
Swing on and hit through the left side. First base runner of the ball game for the Royals.
Well, that ball was a worm burner, absolutely smoked into the hole in the left side of the infield. And finally, the Royals are on the base paths, and maybe an opportunity here to cut into this deficit. Williams, the longtime Royal, 5-season Royal, trying to get things started. Now the catcher up to bat.
Matthew Ward steps up, and last two games, it's been 0 for Ward. He's 0 for his last 6. Had a big game against Barrie. Went 4 for 2 with a home run in that one. Trying to find that power stroke again. Mercadier facing his first levels of adversity here in this ball game with a runner on. Ward watched that one go by, and he's ahead 2-0.
You get cold. You sit in the dugout that long, you get cold. The first base runner reaches, second base runner, you're behind in the count, and Mercadier on the ropes a little bit here in this third inning for the first time in the game.
It's a gift and a curse when your team is doing so well on the offensive side, really, if you're a pitcher.
You got to be sitting there thinking, you know, maybe you're heading towards a decision, but you're also thinking, I want to get back out there, right? I want to stay hot, I want to stay warm. I want to get the arm going again. Certainly a little bit of a catch-22.
Behind in the count here, 2-1 is Mercadier. Ward doing a good job here. Trying to make him come to him. There goes Williams. Throw down, not going to be in time, as I believe that was also a ball. No, it was a strike. So the count goes even 2-2 with a runner in scoring position now.
4th stolen base of the season for Williams. That's what center fielders can do for you. Speed on the base paths and a runner in scoring position with nobody out. Well hit single here, or well placed single here, could bring him home and get Guelph on the board.
Thibaut Mercadier checks the runner. Looks him back one more time, and here's the delivery. Ward swings through it for strike 3. Chase the high fastball. His 3rd strikeout of the ball game for Mercadier.
That one looked a little bit high and away. Ward goes fishing for it a little bit and comes up empty.
I'll bring up the right fielder, Ashton Patterson, who, again, we mentioned him a little bit at the start of the game. He is rocking a .516 on-base percentage. The highest one he ever had was a .559. That was back in his rookie campaign in 2022.
Why do we like this guy?
Because he gets on base. He watches strike 1 go by there behind the count, 0-1. Billy, this guy's name is Ashton Patterson, and he gets on base.
He plays in the Canadian Baseball League.
Mercadier looking like he's getting back into form. Again, sat for an extended period of time. Good spot, doesn't get it. 1-1.
You remember when I was talking about the editorialized fun facts on the website of the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers?
Of course. I thought you were going to bring up more of them.
Well, one of them, I can't remember who, but one of them was referred to as a Moneyball type player who gets on base a lot.
That is amazing.
We're not the only ones making these references.
Williams bouncing around out there, fakes the go, and Patterson just fouls this straight back to the backstop. Just missing that one was Patterson.
Well, Williams doing a good job out there at second base. Doing some diversion work, certainly attracting a little bit of attention from Mercadier. That can be tough when you're the pitcher. 2 things to worry about at once, like commentating and switching.
1-2 count. Thibaut Mercadier again, he's a guy that has strikeout level stuff. We've seen it. It's high upside stuff in that arm. It's just this, he hasn't been able to figure out CBL hitters yet. So far in this one, he's done a good job against the Royals, but Guelph threatening here in the third. Williams takes off, but Patterson has to swing. Man, Williams had that base stolen, but in a 1-2 count, you got to protect anything close.
Well, that was a phenomenal jump for Williams there. I don't think any throw would have turned that for an out, but fouled off. And we do it again. Runner returns to second.
Williams has timed up Mercadier perfectly.
Long stare down.
Long look in there for Thibaut Mercadier. Checks the runner again. Williams has his attention. The pitch in the dirt. So, Max, I got to ask you, how much do you credit J.D. Williams right now at second base?
A lot. I mean, he is really affecting this at-bat. That one was spiked in the dirt probably because, you know, Mercadier is spending so much time looking at home plate, looking back at second, looking back at home plate, right? Like, the rhythm is just gone when you have to look back and forth so much and for so long.
This big cat or mouse game here by J.D. Williams with Mercadier. 2-2 is the count. Here's the pitch. Patterson lifts it to center field. That's down for a hit. And Williams on his horse rounds third. He's in to score. The Royals have the first run of their ball game. It's Ashton Patterson with an RBI single.
Well, there it is. J.D. Williams, just elite work on the base path there. He steals second base. He distracts the pitcher. He helps get the count in the batter's favor, and he races home from second on the single. Doesn't get much better than that. With some Big X the Plug playing here at Hastings Stadium now.
Well, you hear Big X, it means one thing. Dos Santos is up to bat here. Led off the ball game, he struck out swinging. Patterson, big lead over there at first. Dos Santos watches a pitch on the outside half get called strike one. The game that the Royals played back against the Maple Leafs at Christie Pitts, Dos Santos and Gilbert went back-to-back in that ball game. Patterson takes off. Throw down. Not in time.
That was a beautiful slide at second base. Wow. I mean, he popped up so smooth. I mean, it doesn't get much prettier than that on a stolen base there from Patterson. That was nice. What maneuver could possibly be smoother?
Yeah. Well, count now 0-2 here on Dos Santos with a runner in scoring position. This Royal squad have really timed up Mercadier as Dos Santos watches that one go by high. Ball one. Again, you have the big bats here in this one. The bottom of the order set the table. Now the top of the order trying to get things going. They trail by 5 now after the Patterson single. Here's the pitch from Mercadier. Dos Santos fouls this one off.
Morrison over there at shortstop is doing a lot of deking, trying to scare the runner at second base. He did that when Williams was on second. Now he's doing it again, just trying to sneak into their eyesight so that maybe they drift a little bit back towards the bag. See him try to see if he tries to do it. Yep, there he is. He's doing it again.
Patterson, big lead. Dos Santos, he lifts this to center field. It's going to take the center fielder back. Patterson tagging, and he'll advance up to third. So Dos Santos takes it for a ride, but he can't get it deep enough into that left center gap. He will advance the runner for the shortstop, Anthony Gilbert.
Well, it looked like it was maybe off the end of the bat of Dos Santos, but he swings pretty hard, and he muscles it pretty deep out to center field. Makes it so that Gurney had to play it running backwards and a no throw to third base.
So a runner at third, 2 outs. It's the number 2 hitter, excuse me, Anthony Gilbert. Again, Gilbert, tons of pop in that bat. First pitch here by Mercadier in the dirt. Gilbert puts a jolt into this one. High, deep, and it is way gone. Anthony Gilbert, a 2-run shot, cuts the lead in half. It is 6-3.
Well, on the 50th pitch of the game for Thibaut Mercadier, he is taken deep. Anthony Gilbert, his second home run of the season, his second home run in the CBL, and this lead is now down to just 3 runs on 1 swing. That was torched.
That was gone the second it left the bat. A big swing by the Royals shortstop. And they answer back the 3 spot in the top half of the inning with a 3 spot of their own, and not done just yet. Miguel Geraldo coming up as well.
Some activity now in the Chatham-Kent bullpen over there. Seeing some heads poking up above the fence. Maybe doing some karaoke, some high knees. That's just a jog.
One of my favorite things that, I kind of learned from working here at the stadium and kind of just looking in the bullpens is that the bench is just high enough for the players to stand on and peek over the wall. So it's just really funny because sometimes you don't see anybody, and then they stand up and you see, somebody's out in the bullpen.
It's brilliant design.
Mercadier. First pitch here to Geraldo. It's a chopper back to the pitcher. It dies in the grass, and there's going to be no throw. We were talking about it earlier.
Yeah.
That wet grass plays a factor there.
Yeah, that was absolutely the dampness of the grass playing a role there. That took a really awkward bounce, just completely died on the grass, and it caught Mercadier maybe a little bit off guard.
Well, maybe one of the most dangerous hitters career resume-wise in the CBL comes up to bat, and Garrett Takamatsu, who, again, we talk about his season he's had so far. It's been a lot of just contact ability. The power is still trying to come through. We know it's there. Everybody in the league knows it's there. But to start the season, it's kind of just been a lot of, singles, a couple doubles. He had 1 triple, but the home runs, he's still looking for number 1 on the season.
We know that power swing is in him. It's only a matter of time until we see it.
Geraldo taken off. The throw down is not going to be in time with a little funky slide by Miguel Geraldo.
He tried to do it like Patterson, but I think maybe he tried to stand up a little early. He's in there, though. The pitch was in the dirt, made the throw a little bit tough.
That is the 3rd stolen base of the ball game for this Guelph Royals team, and they are picking up something in Thibaut Mercadier's delivery where they are just getting that base with ease. We saw Williams do it. We've seen Patterson, and now we see Geraldo. Williams almost had 3rd.
Yeah, that's Geraldo's first stolen base of the season. So
inside, this is to the backstop. Geraldo will just jog into 3rd. After sitting down 6 in a row, Thibaut Mercadier, he's running into a little bit of trouble here in the 3rd inning, and I'm going to keep bringing up your point there, partner. You said it. A long rest in the dugout can kind of throw off the rhythm sometimes, and is that possibly what we're seeing here?
Could be it. I think it's probably a mixture of factors, right? Second time through the order, these hitters are getting a little bit more comfortable with a guy who's in his first season in the CBL. For I think probably all of these hitters, they've never seen this guy before today. So now that you're getting a second look at him, that can be a huge advantage.
Tack taken all the way, and he's watches strike one go by, head in the count 3-1 now. The Royals just continue to try to cut into this deficit. They've already cut it in half. Tack trying to cash in a run, standing out there at third. Here's the 3-1. Fouled right to the backstop. He is on top of it, just missed it there.
Looked like he timed that one up pretty well, but under it enough that it fouls off to the loud part of the backstop.
Here's the 3-2. Fouled off down the right field side.
The battle continues.
This is one of the good battles you'll see. A guy trying to fight his way out of an inning and a guy who is so good at making contact. Who will be the victor? 3-2. Mercadier gets his pitch. Comes set. Here's the delivery. Tack rips this into left field. It's a single, and Geraldo will jog on home. So a job well done by Garrett Takamatsu. It's now 6-4.
Well, the highest scoring single frame in this game now so far belongs to the Royals. A 4 spot here in the bottom of the third. This game is now within 2. Wow. I mean, this has turned around so quickly. Guelph is right in this one.
And another guy with light tower power, Victor Mascai.
Ask the World Baseball Classic about him.
Ask Brazil.
Dante Bichette Jr.
Lifts this one, but it's going to be out of range of the third baseman. Foul. The Royals have brought up the tying run to the plate. It's Victor Mascai. 0-1, here's the pitch. Fouled right to the backstop, and it hits off the ump.
Oh. Yeah, that did not sound like it would feel very good.
Yeah, the trainer will come out to just take a look. Again, those ones are just never fun. It hurts whenever you get hit by a baseball, but I mean, you add the velocity from the pitcher off the bat, those ones are just aching.
Yeah, that does not feel good at all. That one was fouled in a way that not much of the velocity was relieved.
And looks like everybody will say that he's okay. Well, a long-time umpire here in the CBL, Chabave. Again, took that one, like, I think it was off the left arm, but he will be okay.
Big ovation from the crowd here in Guelph as play continues.
0-2 count. Mascai trying to continue this offensive output from the Royals. Here's the 0-2. Outside half, called for strike 3. Thibaut Mercadier gives up 4. The Royals, they keep on striking. Trailing by 2 as we head to the top half of the 4th inning. You're watching the Guelph Royals on Royals TV.
What I like about my Rollins glove is really just the quality of it. Every year I get a glove, man, I know it's going to be made the right way. It's going to last me all year. Besides that, the colors, man, you get to have a little fun with it.
What I like about Rollins glove first and foremost is the quality.
You know, it's got to be like an extension of my hand and very flexible and have a deep pocket and, you know, ready for diving and anything that comes my way.
What I look for in a Rollins glove is something that's durable, it's going to last me a long time. I like the Pro Preferred. You know, for me, I just feel like it lasts longer.
I'd probably just do this whole color scheme right here. I'm gonna wait for the gold. I gotta get gold glove before I can do the gold.
As a kid growing up, whenever I'd see somebody out on the baseball field, that's all they had was a Rollins. All I wanted to do was grow up and get a chance to be on a major league field and, you know, have my Rollins.
New pitcher into the ball game. It's number 6, Liam Watt, who has one appearance this year, but man, oh man, what an appearance it was. It was a 6-inning shutout against the Toronto Maple Leafs. He went 6 innings, faced 22 batters, and struck out 2, walked 1 in that appearance. He was doing a tremendous job there, and one thing you'll notice is when he's on the mound, once he gets into a rhythm, he's bouncing out there in his stance, and he stays in that stance the entire time through. It doesn't matter if a batter calls time or not.
Well, that is a Mark Burley-esque type of performance. 6 innings with just the 2 strikeouts. He is pitching to contact, and he is getting pretty soft contact.
First pitch there, it's called strike 1. He comes into the ballgame to face the top of the order. It's going to be Green, Morrison, and Monks. Again, they face a very lively arm from the left side. This is a guy who was playing in D1 NCAA baseball. He's going to be getting looked at possibly for the upcoming draft for the MLB. His numbers speak for themselves. This is lifted to shallow right field. It's going to stay fair. Diving is Patterson, and it's in and out of the glove. Green, he will turn. He's into second with a leadoff double, but credit Ashton Patterson, who just laid out for that one. And he's just going to take a second over there just to collect his breath. He went all out for that play.
Patterson was absolutely flying out there in right field, so close to what would have been a real highlight reel grab down that line, but unfortunately it drops, and runner on second base now to start the inning.
I think more of it, what happened was that once he made contact with the ground, it bounced out.
Could have been it, for sure.
Watt, again, this is a left-handed heavy lineup, and Watt comes into where he's facing maybe the only 2 righties in the lineup. One on deck, and the other one he let off.
But at the same time, this is a really high-quality pitcher coming in to face the top of the order. Different things you gotta weigh, right? Sometimes you want to play the lefty-lefty matchup. Sometimes you just want to go quality versus quality. One of your best pitchers versus the top of the order.
Checks the runner at second. The pitch, it's a chopper. Geraldo, he gets to it. The throw to first. Muskai just plays to block it. Wisely played by Muskai. And the first 2 will reach, and it hasn't been hard contact. It's been soft, but it's been placed in perfect spots so far by the Barnstormers.
Yeah, that one was a very high chopper and a really awkward part of the infield. Pretty much an impossible throw to first base. And like you said, partner, not very hard contact, but all of a sudden runners on the corners with no outs here for the Barnstormers as they look to add on to this lead that has been sliced down to just 2 runs.
Runner takes off for second, the throw down, and they're going to get him. Heads up play by Matthew Ward. The runner doesn't come in to score from third. I don't think anybody was expecting Ward just to throw on down, and that's just a heads up play by the backstop.
Looked like Morrison was maybe trying to get caught in a rundown to allow the runner from third to score, but I don't think he got the memo, and it was pretty easily tagged out.
I believe that is the second time this season that Morrow has been caught stealing. But that's a big out number 1 for this Royals squad. Now ahead 0-2 to Julian Monks.
Yeah, that was just a seed of a throw to second base.
Lone in the dirt, and that's going to get to the backstop, and that will cash the run.
Well, it's another run on a ball to the backstop here for Chatham-Kent. That's just one that you hate to give away if you're the Royals. This game could be looking pretty different if those 2 runs weren't on the board.
So the lead up to 7-4 now as this ball's pulled down the third base side, but foul. One and 2 count here to Monks. And he gets him swinging, strike 3, beautiful, looked like an off speed on the outside half.
Looked like that was spinning away from the bat of Monks, and he goes chasing after it for pretty good looking strike 3 pitch there from Liam Watt.
Well, Liam Watt, I know Royals assistant general manager Ryan Eakin was so excited to get him because at any time you can add a player of Watt's talent that you don't have to use an import spot on. He's Canadian. He's out of Burlington, Ontario native. It's just always such a plus. Watt also pitched with the Guelph Royals in his career already. He pitched back in 2023, but went to college, played for Dallas Baptist University in NCAA Division I, and he went 8-2 with a 3.9 ERA in 10 starts and 20 appearances. That is just tremendous stuff, and it plays because that conference, that is a big offensive conference. Players go there, and a lot of players that have come out of that conference have gone to play professional baseball.
With the big metal bats, too, down there in the NCAA.
I think now it's the composite.
Yeah.
Is what they're called now. Another grounder. Oh, man. Chubba Vea is taking a beating right now with just the foul balls, and that's the hard part about the job, umpires and catchers.
Yep. It's looking pretty tough back there, though.
Looks like strong man.
Play's going to resume without much delay. What, just 22 years old? I mean, to have already played in the CBL 3 seasons ago, go down and play in the States, and then be back in the CBL. He's lived a pretty full life as a baseball player already, and he's got a lot of baseball yet to play in his young career.
And when you have a resume like you do in NCAA Division I, that says a lot. Now Ward gets hit. This has just been a tough at-bat for the catcher and the umpire.
Looks like Ward is... Look at that. The 2 guys that have been taking the beating together. Home plate umpire goes and hand delivers the ball to the pitcher so that his friend, who's also behind the plate, who has also now been hit, can have a little bit of a rest. And now he's going to clean up the plate.
I don't think it was noticed, but behind the mask, Chubba Vea just had the biggest smile looking at Ward.
See what it feels like?
This does not fun. all the padding, and it doesn't mean anything. It's still a 1-2 count. Give credit to Grayson Barrett. He's fouled off a couple tough pitches. Granted, they've all resulted in one of the two umpire or catcher being hurt. This time he rips it right back up the middle, and it's another base hit for Grayson Barrett. He's reached all 3 times. One was via the drop third strike, but he is just off to a hot start today.
That one came right back where it came from, straight up the middle, bounces over the second base bag, and another base runner here in the top of the 4th inning.
Broken bat, and sawing that one off was Yushin Oda. Again, it's the tough lefty and Liam Watt going up against a very lefty-heavy lineup, and Oda needs a new piece of lumber.
Yeah, that one is definitely done for. You could hear it right off the swing, but that bat was no more.
And usually all players have a backup twig, and I think the bench just didn't know which one was Oda's backup. He had to walk all the way back there to get it. Usually somebody meets him out front, gives him the bat. No, he had to walk all the way back, make sure he got the right one. Again, baseball players very superstitious.
Maybe they're giving the cold shoulder for the meta glasses.
Low into the dirt. Ball 1. I don't know why he'd get the cold shoulder. That's probably one of the coolest things I saw on the internet. Awesome job. I will give Yushin Oda his flowers there. Bringing awesome content and eyes to the CBL.
Yeah. It's a very positive thing.
1-2 count now by Liam Watt, trying to get out of this inning with limited damage. Again, came in relief, leadoff double, by Thomas Green. Off speed, just low and away. 2-2. Oda pulls it to first. Maskai takes on the hop and steps on the bag. So the side is retired, but the Barnstormers answer back and get one on the board. It's now 7-4 as we head to the bottom half of the 4th inning. The Guelph Royals still trying to fight their way back. You're watching Royals TV.
Yeah, what do you recommend?
I love this color right here.
So I'm gonna do like a navy and red lace.
I like to be subtly flashy.
My first glove was the Rawlings glove. Right here is kind of my baby. Took a year for her to break in. Rawlings guys hooked me up with this color. It was a new color that came out, and I was like, let me get it.
I always played with a Rawlings glove. That's all I know. It was branded in my brain to play with that.
I just fell in love that it was brand new, and when you get a pro glove, you don't have to put it in the microwave, you don't have to run it over with your car, all you gotta do is use it.
If I missed the ball with this glove, it went in the microwave. That was his punishment.
He's blaming the arrow and not the Indian.
Davis Nadal will lead things off here in the bottom half of the fourth. Again, welcome in Zach Benoit alongside Max Purdon, and it's been a fun game to say the least. Early on, if you are just tuning in late, the Barnstormers, they started this game off red hot. It was 4 straight hits that cashed them in 3 runs. And then in the third inning, the Barnstormers added 3 more. Guelph, they would go on to add 4 of their own, as this is a shot hit down the first base side. Play over to first is not going to be in time. Nadal beats it out, and he has to scamper back to the bag.
That one was loud off the bat. Absolutely echoes here at Hastings Stadium. Constantino had to dive over really, just to get a glove on it. And again, maybe the dampness of the grass in play there, because it looked like he slipped trying to make that throw. And in losing his balance, he wasn't able to get the flip over to Mercadier, who was covering the bag. And quickly a runner on first here for the Royals.
Yeah, credit Constantino there. I mean, he did everything he could to get that ball, or to stop that ball, I should say. And he let out a little bit of frustration. He slammed his hand down on the grass after the play. But, I mean, he did everything in his power to try to make that play happen. Nadal was hustling down the line as well.
You certainly could not take away from his effort. The effort was there for sure, but again, maybe some tricky conditions here on the field.
Nadal takes off. The throw down, not in time. So it's another stolen base for the Guelph Royals. I believe they're 5th of the ball game. They are really picking up what Thibaut Mercadier is throwing right now.
3rd bag of the season for Nadal. You wonder, are they picking something up? Maybe Mercadier has a exceptionally long delivery. It's hard to tell from up here in the booth. I'll keep an eye on it, see.
It's another big lead. Nadal taking off for 3rd. Make it number 6 of the ball game, number 4 on the season for Nadal.
Well, that time he definitely just timed up Mercadier. You had it 100% correct. He clearly guessed what was going to be happening there. Mercadier did the look to the plate, the look back to second, and that was exactly when Nadal knew he had to start running.
This was the part of the order that got the party started last inning. It was J.D. Williams that just punched a single through the left side. This time he fouls it back. 1-2 goes the count. I was down there behind the dugout just pre-game. I saw Williams walk by me, looked at the cleats. I was like, he's got a very good cleat game, rocking the Jordans.
Oh, you're rocking the Jordans today.
Yes, sir.
The 3s.
The 1-2. Here's the pitch. Low, good eye there by J.D. Williams.
What's he got? I can't.
I believe those are the 13s.
The 13s.
I believe.
Wow.
13s or 12s. I can't see from up here. Nonetheless, good shoe game out there by the Royal center fielder.
Perhaps.
Low and away, missing. Full count.
No baseball cleat collection better than who I've heard is a good friend of Connor Morrow, Josh Naylor.
Yeah.
So a friend of the Royals.
Canadian baseball player as well. I think it was something of 50 to 60 pairs of custom cleats for Josh Naylor at the start of the year.
He's got so many, he gives them away.
Here's the full count pitch. Swung on and missed. And Mercadier, that's a big-time strikeout for him. Williams, it was a fight. He just missed that off-speed there.
It is just huge to get a strikeout in that spot. There are so many different balls in play that would score the run there. And Mercadier able to pick up the first out of the inning with the strikeout.
Let's bring up Ward, who struck out swinging his last time up, trying to change that outcome here with a runner on 3rd. Wicked looking off speed there by Mercadier. I believe that was the slider. Just had movement just coming straight out of his hand.
Patterson is so young to be in his 5th season with the Royals.
Ward watches that go by 2-0. Yep, Patterson standing on deck. He was the one that got the scoring started. And I think you mentioned, yeah, I mean, how old he is to be playing 5 years with the Royals. It just shows the talent that he possesses.
Just Mercadier was dominating at 16. Ashton Patterson, I think he would have been 16 years old coming into the league. Just 16-year-old phenoms all over the field here today.
Again, back then it was known as the IBL. Have players would play in their college days or just pre-college. Just some are the pre-college days. Everything has been changed now, obviously under the CBL ruling. But Patterson, yeah, long-standing Guelph Royal on deck. Matthew Ward, though, on the other hand, he's fighting here at the dish. 2-1 count, runner at third. Trying to get back that one run that was scored in the top half. Mercadier fouls it off. So it's a 1-2 count, excuse me, and Ward just going to be fighting here. Mercadier gave up the leadoff single, but he's settled nicely. Trying to get a big out here. Ward chases the off speed. It's just, that was a lethal pitch. And it's a big strikeout there.
Like I said with the last batter, getting the strikeout there when you have a runner on third with 0 or 1 outs is so valuable, because now all of a sudden you need a base hit to bring in this runner from third when you have no outs or when you have 1 out. Certain balls in play can bring you home even if it's not a base hit.
Yeah, Ward laid off some good pitches there, but just couldn't hold up on that off speed. As Patterson comes up and you watch a strike one go by, Mercadier, he has found something in that off speed here in the fourth.
It's been a lot more effective here in the fourth inning, trying to match a career best so far in innings pitched.
Patterson, that's another shot through on the left side. Another RBI single out of the number 9 hitter. And the Royals answer back the run given up in the top half.
Sorry?
I'll bring up the top of the order in Ryan Dos Santos, 0 for 2 so far in the ball game. Looking to turn the tides here. Pick off move, and Constantino. I appreciate the little effort there. He tried to get Patterson, but he gives him a little pat on the back. Patterson picked it up right away.
Clever little move there over at first base. Pretends he's chasing after the ball. We saw the hidden ball trick a couple weeks ago here, worked to perfection.
Patterson, good lead. Dos Santos, he's right on it, fouls it to the backstop. Just missing the barrel there was 17. Mercadier. Patterson took off for a second, but he scampers back to first.
This has just been chaos on the base paths for the Royals.
Yeah, they are doing a great job just reading the pitcher here. Patterson, good speed over there at first. Wouldn't be surprised to see him go. 1-1 count. There he goes. Dos Santos, he liked the pitch, but just fouls it off. That sounded like it hit a car. Sounded like he smacked a car.
Not mine. Not mine. I parked in the, like I said before, I parked in a good spot this time.
I parked in the corner. 1-2 count now on the Royals leadoff man, trying to continue this inning here. Mercadier leans in. Here's the delivery. Off speed, high and away. Dos Santos wisely watches it by. Again, Dos Santos, one of 3 players that has appeared in every single game so far this season. He's been atop of that order for the Royals every game.
Another example of these Royals base runners living in the head of Mercadier rent-free.
You know, if Dos Santos can get on, he'll try to steal a bag, fouls it to the backstop. He leads the team in stolen bases with 4. Well, I guess now he's tied with Davis Natal, who stole 2 of his own. But coming into the ball game, he led the team with 4 stolen bases, and you know he wants to get out there to try to recapture that team lead.
Well, he's been unlucky. He's had a couple of good jumps, but both times he's committed to trying to steal the base. The pitch has gone foul.
Another good lead by Patterson. Mercadier gets his sign. Here's the delivery. This is one hit to second, and the grass eats it up. Throw to first is in time. So Mercadier gives up 1. The Royals continue to threaten, though. They're only trailing by 2 again. And here in this one, when we step aside, we'll be back with more action at Hastings Stadium in Guelph, Ontario.
Get ready, Chatham-Kent. For the first time ever in the new Canadian Baseball League era, the 2026 All-Star Showdown is landing at Fergie Jenkins Field on the July 11th and 12th weekend. The league's top talent, all in one place. Watch the full slate of skills competitions, including the popular Home Run Derby on Saturday, and on Sunday, the ultimate 2026 CBL All-Star Game featuring your favorite players for a mid-season showdown. Chatham-Kent, it's our time. The All-Star Weekend of the new CBL era. It's history in the making.
Welcome back to David E. Hastings Stadium. Zach Benoit alongside Max Purdon. We head to the top half of the 5th with a new pitcher in the ball game here for the Guelph Royals. It's Elvin Liriano, the 33-year-old out of San Cristobal. So far on the year, he's appeared in 4 games, 16 2/3 innings pitched, an ERA at 3.78. 18 strikeouts to only 9 walks on the year.
Went for 5 scoreless last time out in Barrie.
That says a lot as well. That Barrie Baycats team has been very good to start the season, and he went 5 scoreless like you mentioned.
6 strikeouts in that appearance too.
He actually had really good back-to-back games against London and then Barrie. London he went 7, gave up 4, but he struck out 5.
Going 7 is just so impressive.
One thing to note about Liriano, he has a heavy fastball. He comes down that mound with velocity. This is pulled to first. Maskai has to get it on a stop. It's a race to first, and Maskai's not going to get there. Credit the speed of Austin Gurney, who was hustling out of the box. He's in there with an infield hit.
Looked like a little bit of confusion there defensively. You've got Geraldo, Maskai, and Liriano all trying to figure out what's going on. Does Liriano have to cover the bag? Is it going to be fielded by the second baseman or the first baseman? And what ends up happening is Liriano late to cover, and the runner gets aboard.
So leadoff man on here against Liriano. They'll bring up Spencer Morin, who squares to bunt but pulls it back quickly as it's in there for strike one. Story of the ball game for the Royals early on has been the stolen bases. They've just been generating runners in scoring position. They've cashed across a couple in the last 2 innings. On the defensive front, they've just been trying to catch up with the Barnstormers, who have just had a real good game throughout, as Morin lifts this one foul. It's been 2 really good innings for the Barnstormers to start off the ball game, like we mentioned multiple times. It was 4 straight hits, which allowed them to cash in 3, and then back in the 3rd inning, they had a leadoff double by Evan Morrison, and then they cashed 3 again that time on a 2 RBI single by Owen Constantino.
Yeah, big offensive output so far in this one for Chatham-Kent as they get the strikeout.
Beautiful pitch there by Liriano on the outside half, and he freezes Morin.
But to go back to the offensive output for Chatham-Kent, it's been a lot of singles. It's been a lot of good hit sequencing. It hasn't been what we've seen from them so far this season, which is just long ball after long ball after long ball. Like I said before the game, 24 of them already this season, but at least in the home run column, they've been blanked so far tonight.
Yeah, they actually lead the league in home runs this year. Off speed, high and inside on Owen Constantino. Only game going on here tonight in the CBL. In the dirt, good block by Ward. He has the runner wide and just gets back in time is Gurney.
Just total command behind the dish from Ward. Makes a great block to keep that one from going all the way to the backstop, and he keeps the runner at first, almost gets him out with a nice throw there to first base.
Delivery here, outside corner, and Liriano picks it perfectly for strike one.
Like a really nice frame there from Ward behind the plate.
Two and one is the count. One runner on. Liriano throw to first. It's just a little bit of a I'm watching you move.
Yeah, not a lot of intent to getting out with that throw over to first, but you know, maybe something to think about if you're standing over there at first base. The pickoff attempt could be coming at any time if you're Austin Gurney.
So again, mentioned Garrett Takamatsu and Ashton Patterson and how good they've been on getting on base. They do lead the league. Takamatsu is coming into tonight was at 538, and Patterson was at 516. Those two players have only probably improved their on base after tonight.
Pretty useful to your team if you're able to get on base more than 50% of the time.
Beautiful pitch there. Gets him swinging. Constantino was out in front of that off speed, and Liriano just does a great job. After a leadoff single, he strikes out the next two.
Here comes the 9-hitting designated hitter.
It's going to be Robert Mackey, who's already 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts on the night. Outside half, catches it for strike one. Liriano has done a good job commanding the strike zone early.
Mackey's standing very close to the plate there. You can see why he's been hit 17 times as a Barnstormer. Certainly not afraid to take his base through contact.
Big swing there and an off speed. Missing 0-2.
The other thing that's interesting about Mackey, on top of being a 9-hitting DH, is that he is a utility man that is DHing. And this guy is just an enigma.
0-2 here. Liriano gets him swinging. So a leadoff infield single does not come back to bite the Royals. Elvin Liriano, after the single, goes 1-2-3 with 3 strikeouts. The Royals, they still trail by 2 as we head to the bottom half of the 5th. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Royals TV.
Everyone dreams of being great. Only a select few can be iconic. But only one is chosen. Introducing the Chosen One from Rawlings. The all-new one-piece composite iteration of the top-rated and established Icon BB Core bat.
Bottom half of the 5th inning here at David E. Hastings Stadium. Zach Benoit alongside Max Purdon. And what a ball game we've had here, Max. I mean, 2 offenses kind of going at it in this one, and 2 pitchers that, you know, one started off a little struggling, and his bullpen has really picked him up. And the other one here in Mercade has done a tremendous job to trying to hold the offense.
Yeah, it's been a long start for Mercadier. He's still in the game. Like we talked about before the game, had never gone further than 4 innings pitched, and now with a single out, he would break a career career best.
Gilbert swings through that one behind the count 1-2. He had the big blast his last time up, a home run into the night sky in left field.
Absolutely torched one. That swing got it from 6-1 to 6-3.
This is hit to short, taken on the hop. Throw to first is going to be in time.
There it is for the first time in the career of Thibaut Mercadier. He has reached the 4th inning, the 5th inning, and recorded an out. Good start to this inning for him. whiff on the first pitch and gets a pretty calm ground out.
Miguel Geraldo coming up, and like you mentioned, yeah, Mercadier, this has been his longest outing recorded, and he's pitched very well. The Royals have gotten to him in the last 2 innings, but outside of that 3rd inning, he's been really dominant on the mound.
It's oscillated a little bit. First time through the order, it was advantage pitcher. Second time, advantage batter. And now it might be back to advantage pitcher. He's looked pretty good so far after allowing that crooked number in the 3rd inning.
He's behind 2-0 here to Geraldo, who swings through that one, fouls it right off the backstop here.
Another one to the loud part of the backstop. Geraldo, formerly in the Toronto Blue Jays organization, spent 2018 to 2024.
Shoots this one to the left side, diving grab, throw across, not in time. What a play by Evan Morrison, almost robs a base hit from Miguel Geraldo, but he was hustling down the line.
Well, that was a perfect storm for what would have been a real web gem over there at shortstop for Evan Morrison. It was a hard hit ball that Morrison dove out and was able to get a hold of to throw to first base, but the speed of Geraldo beats it out.
As an infielder, those are the plays you dream about making.
Absolutely, yeah. If that ball is even a little bit softer hit, it's an impossible throw, right? There's just no play to even make. But instead, he gets a chance, but Geraldo's still able to beat it out.
He hit it on the screws, and just a job well done by Morrison to block it. Here's a big drive by Takamatsu. It's back, it's deep, it's gone! Garrett Takamatsu ties us up 7-7 with his first homer of the year.
Well, we talked about it earlier in the game, how Garrett Takamatsu has not left the yard this season until this very moment, and he could not have picked a better time. He ties the game here at 7 with a big blast out to left center field. Wow, a little bit of an announcer's jinx going the good way in talking about how he had not left the yard so far this season. And one of the great contact hitters in the CBL has shown off that power stroke, and that may have knocked the pitcher out of the game.
It does. Thibaut Mercadier, his night is done. He gives up 7, 2 big home runs on the night for the Royals, and biggest probably the Garrett Takamatsu 2-run shot. New pitcher coming to the ball game. We'll find out who it is very shortly. You're watching Royals TV.
Wow.
What I like about my Rollins glove is really just the quality of it. Every year I get a glove, man, I know it's going to be made the right way. It's going to last me all year. Besides that, the colors, man, you get to have a little fun with it.
What I like about Rollins glove first and foremost is the quality.
You know, it's got to be like an extension of my hand and very flexible and have a deep pocket and, you know, ready for diving and anything that comes my way.
What I look for in a Rollins glove is something that's durable, it's going to last me a long time. I like the Pro Preferred. You know, for me, I just feel like it lasts longer.
I'd probably just do this whole color scheme right here. I'm gonna wait for the gold. I gotta get gold glove before I can do the gold.
As a kid growing up, whenever I'd see somebody out on the baseball field, that's all they had was a Rollins. All I wanted to do was grow up and get a chance to be on a major league field and, you know, have my Rollins.
Well, it's a brand new ball game, 7-7 in the bottom of the fifth, and it's Victor Maskai that's going to be the first one to face the new pitcher into this ball game, Yoya Oe, number 50.
Hailing from Osaka, Japan, formerly of the Ottawa Titans of the Frontier League.
The 22-year-old, he has appeared in 2 games so far. He pitched 1 inning against the Jackfish on June 9th and then 2 innings against the Baycats on June 12th. How about that for your introduction to the CBL? You face the Jackfish first and then the Barrie Baycats. He only gave up 1 run in that 1 inning of work, but the last time out, the Baycats were able to get to him as this one is hit on the stitches, but it's right at the right fielder. Maskai couldn't have put any more of a jolt into that one.
A little bit of bad luck for Maskai. He really hits that one hard. You could hear that one from a mile away, but it lands right in the glove of Spencer Morin out there in right field.
Brings up Davis Nadal, the third baseman today. Man, this Guelph Royals offense, it just continues just to get scarier and scarier, it feels like, as the weeks go on.
Even when it was 6-0 in the top of the third, you felt like with the way that this Royals offense has been playing, they were going to have a chance to get back in it, and that's exactly what they did.
Nadal watches that go by, counts even up 1-1. I will always go back to the conversation I had with a couple of the Royals players just about the mindsets they have as a team on offense, and it's just they're never worried. They're never worried about anything. They always feel they can come back as Nadal rips this into right field for a single. And it's just there's so much confidence in that dugout when it comes to the offense ability of this team.
Another one hit really hard, that one. He's in a little bit of a better spot.
J.D. Williams comes up for another at-bat here. And I want to say to you, partner, how important is it to have a player in your number 9 spot like Ashton Patterson doing what he's doing? He has maybe 2 of the biggest hits in this game at the time. He had a two-out RBI single his last time up, and then he had a 1-out RBI single in his first plate appearance.
Well, it's huge, right? And the new way of thinking about baseball is that you want a guy who's able to get on base in the 9 spot, right? The old way you used to think about it, you'd be like, okay, we put our worst hitter in the 9 spot. But nowadays, people, we've realized that.
Nadal takes off for second, and he can't get there. Oda, he will gun him down, the first runner that's thrown out here for the Royals on the evening, and that retires the side. But not before Garrett Takamatsu evens us up at 7. We head to the 6th inning, a brand new ball game here in Guelph.
Well, we're back here in Guelph, top of the 6th inning. A little bit of technical difficulties we're sorting out here, but should be back at 100% momentarily. Whole new ball game, like we said. Now tied at 7 as here's the ball popped up in the infield, and it's going to be caught by the pitcher. Don't see that too often. Kyle Thomas makes the catch on his mound. Right back to him for out number 1. Evan Morrison now up to bat. He's 3 for 3 tonight. 3 hits already so far. He's come around to score twice. First pitch is in there for a strike. Kyle Thomas, ERA of 3.86 on the season so far. Last appearance came in Barrie on June 7th. As it looked like Morrison was squaring up to bunt there, he pulls it back, and that's going to be a ball. Count evens at 1. Went 2 innings, plus 2 outs in Barrie. Just the 1 earned run against, the 31-year-old native of Mississauga. Looking to keep this one tied, and we're going to have a meeting of the minds out here. Warden Thomas chatting. Now back to the action. Thomas comes set the delivery. Poked out to second base. Picked up, thrown over to first in time for out number 1. Out number 2, pardon me. It's still... I still don't have it. Yeah. Yeah. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Outside, evens the count at 1. Monk's up at the plate now. 1 for 3 tonight with the single RBI. It's black and white now. Here's the 1-1 pitch. It is just low for ball number 2. Monks gets ahead in the count here. It's clear now. It's clear now. Yeah. And this one grounded over to second. Play is made, thrown over to first. And it brings him off the bag, but still going to be out number 3. So here we go. Bottom of the 6th inning, still tied at 7. An effective outing from Kyle Thomas. We'll be right back.
What I like about my Rollins glove is really just the quality of it. Every year I get a glove, man, I know it's going to be made the right way. It's going to last me all year. Besides that, the colors, man, you get to have a little fun with it.
What I like about Rollins glove first and foremost is the quality.
You know, it's got to be like an extension of my hand and very flexible and have a deep pocket and, you know, ready for diving and anything that comes my way.
What I look for in a Rollins glove is something that's durable, it's going to last me a long time. I like the Pro Preferred. You know, for me, I just feel like it lasts longer.
I'd probably just do this whole color scheme right here. I'm gonna wait for the gold. I gotta get gold glove before I can do the gold.
As a kid growing up, whenever I see somebody out on the baseball field, that's all I had was a Rollins. All I wanted to do was grow up and get a chance to be on a major league field and, you know, have my Rollins.
Welcome back here to Guelph, Ontario. Bottom half of the 6th inning. J.D. Williams, who was up last inning, when Nadal got thrown out. He'll come back up here. A good job done by Kyle Thomas, who entered in the game, went 1-2-3 against the top of the order for the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers. Now it's Williams, Ward, and Patterson. Appealed down to first, and they're going to say he didn't go around. So Williams ahead in the count here, 2-0.
Great job by you, Zach, fixing our technical difficulties on the fly.
I don't know if fixing was the right word. I did the best I could with what I had.
Okay, well, setting in place interim measures to restore quality to the broadcast.
Yeah, I don't think I'm done yet. I feel like I have to go back down there and do it again afterwards. But we'll get there when we get there. Williams watches that go by, and it's a 4-pitch walk to start the bottom half.
Looks like maybe he wasn't expecting that to be called a ball, but he'll take it. Takes off the batting equipment, heads over to first base, and
Your catcher, number 10, Matthew Ward.
Matthew Ward will come up to bat. A little bit of a tough day for him at the plate. He's 0 for 2 with 2 swinging strikeouts. Trying to bounce back here in a big moment. Williams, he has a stolen base on the night already. Misses high and away. So to start this inning here, Owe has gone 5 straight balls.
strike zone's looking a little tight here to start this inning. He's going to need some well-placed pitches.
Well, make that 6 in a row. Ward patient. He understands the situation at hand right now. Ward pulls us to third. Throw to second in time, over to first. It's a 5-4-3 double play.
Well, that was a tailor-made double play ball, a hard hit over to third base, and maybe just a few inches to the right, and that's a base hit. Instead, the runner on first is erased. And 2 outs for the Royals.
Well, a man having a big day at the plate, Ashton Patterson, who is 2 for 2 with 2 RBI singles, comes up to bat here with 2 outs. Watches the first one go by for ball 1.
Lefty-lefty matchup here for Patterson.
Even up the count, 1-1. Patterson came into the day, like I mentioned, with the 2nd highest on-base percentage in the CBL. I think he's taken over first, but the 2-run shot from Takamatsu might be holding him off just a little bit more.
Well, it's a tight race between 2 Royals for that top spot for the Moneyball crown.
One and 2. Misses on the outside half. 2-2.
Trying to find a weather forecast. We're getting pretty late here. Hoping that the rain doesn't start coming in.
I think it's held off. I'm crossing my fingers, but I think it's held off for the evening. Here's the 2-2. It's an off-speed that catches the corner. And he gets out of any danger. 1-2-3. He goes with the bottom half with a big-time tailor-made double play. We head to the top half of the 7th. Kyle Thomas coming on for his 2nd inning of work. You're watching Royals baseball.
Everyone dreams of being great.
To be the best, you've got to ring performance from every second. The game is getting faster every season. So Rawlings made a time machine to help you keep up. Introducing the all-new Velo ACP. It's light, it's balanced, so you can pick your pitch and drive the ball with maximum exit velocity. The game's gotten faster. Your bat has too.
Top half of the seventh, Kyle Thomas on for another inning of work, and he's facing Grayson Barrett, who was 2 for 3 on the day. He's reached 3 times.
A lot of sporadic clapping happening here in Guelph.
Inside, missing there. 2-1 runs the count.
Starting to get a little bit chilly out here tonight.
That's why I grabbed the sweater.
Smart move.
Broken bat hit to second. Geraldo will take his time, and he throws out Barrett. Well, Kyle Thomas got himself some lumber.
Well, that bat absolutely exploded out towards the second baseman.
Well, the Guelph Royals are back in action on Friday, June 19th. They'll head up to Bernie Arbor Stadium in Hamilton to take on the Cardinals. And then back home here, Saturday, June 20th, where they take on the Toronto Maple Leafs. And then they have an action-packed weekend. They go to Welland. Well, they'll face the Jackfish. And by the time they face the Jackfish, things could be very interesting, because if the Royals are able to take the game against the Cardinals and the Maple Leafs, they would put themselves in a spot to possibly be tied with Welland in the standings. We'll see if we get there. We got to get through this game first, but things could be very interesting come Sunday for this Guelph Royals squad.
This game might not be over on Sunday. When the bat explodes like it did on that last out, really got to hope, if you're the pitcher, that it doesn't disguise itself with the ball, right? That can happen sometimes. If you're the fielder, you look and you can't tell what's the bat, what's the ball. It can almost be to your advantage as the batter when the bat becomes a projectile.
Sometimes you got to dodge the bat and make the play.
Yeah, that too.
This is smoked to right field, and it's gone. Yoshin Oda rips a solo shot right down the right field line, staying fair, and he's put the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers up by 1 late in this ball game.
Well, Oda ties for the team lead in home runs with his 5th. We talked earlier in the broadcast about how this Barnstormers offense has done so well with the long ball. They hadn't gone to it so far in this one, but finally Oda leaves the yard, and he restores the lead here for Chatham-Kent in the top of the inning.
That is their league-leading 25th home run of the season, and it's just been explosive for the bats of Chatham-Kent. Well, the Royals, they've fought back in this ball game already. They were down 6-0 at one point. now trailing yet again by 1. High and inside by Kyle Thomas. Austin Gurney, he's in a 1-1 count here.
Gurney 2 for 3 in this one. We highlighted him earlier in the game for just being red hot coming in.
Ground ball hit to Geraldo, onto a knee, throw to first, and he gets the out, but credit to Victor Mascai, who keeps contact with the bag on what was a wild throw.
It's the second one in these last couple of innings for Mascai where he's able to make the pick while coming off the bag a little bit, but keep that foot on the base to get the out. High degree of difficulty plays, but he's picked up the outs for Kyle Thomas both times.
Big swing at the first pitch there by Spencer Morin is for strike 1. Goes to the backstop.
Well, I was talking earlier about how new age baseball thinking would have you not have your least effective hitter in the 9th spot. Now it's the 7th spot where you're supposed to put, maybe your hitter who's a little bit cold, and that's where Spencer Morin is.
Morin shoots this to center field. Williams, he has a beat on it, and he will make the grab. So Kyle Thomas gives up the solo shot. The Barnstormers have recaptured a 1-run lead, but the bats of the Royals coming up in the bottom half of the 7th. Don't go anywhere. More Royals baseball coming your way. Bring them on Tuesdays and try to get them to.
And you're up.
Back to the top of the order. It's Dos Santos, Gilbert, and Geraldo due up here to face Oe, who has been lights out since coming in relief.
Just the one hit allowed so far.
Dos Santos swinging through that one.
Guelph back in a spot where they're going to have to claw back in this game after that solo home run in the top of the inning.
Well, they have the right part of the order coming up here for that opportunity. Again, Dos Santos has been a great bat, a leadoff bat to start the season for this Royals squad. That's a lethal off-speed that kicks out in front of Oda. And Dos Santos is sat down on the swinging strikeout. But, yeah, the top of the order, Dos Santos has had a solid start to the year. It's been a little bit of a tough go this last couple of games. Anthony Gilbert, I mean, he's just showing why he's such a dominant bat so far this year. And then you have Miguel Geraldo, who is the team leader in RBIs.
Gilbert, 1 for 3 tonight, now batting .409 on this season.
cues this one over the first baseman. It's a foot race, and Gilbert's going to win it. It was going to be a tough play. Ball was dying in the grass. And then Constantino, it was just couldn't get a grip on it.
Yeah, it's a tough one to make a play on. It's right there, sort of in that Bermuda triangle between the second baseman, the pitcher, and the first baseman. We saw Guelph have a little bit of trouble earlier in this game with that triumvirate trying to figure out what to do with the baseball. And on that one, I mean, Owe did a good job covering first base, but it was just in no man's land. And Gilbert was able to reach.
So the man with the most RBIs on the team, Miguel Geraldo, steps up here with one runner on. Again, Gilbert's another one of those guys that has some good speed, so if a ball gets into a gap, you can definitely see him scoring from first to home. Geraldo watches that go by, count evened up 1-1.
And like you alluded to, this is a part of the order where it's so important to get traffic on the bases because they have so much potential to do damage here with Geraldo and Takamatsu, which obviously we saw the 2-run home run to tie the game earlier from Takamatsu. He'll get another chance. He's 2 up.
Geraldo there off the end of the bat. He's behind the count 1-2. The Royals faithful trying to rally behind their team late in this one.
You wouldn't be able to tell with the noise that they're making that it's late on a Tuesday night.
Owe. Here's the delivery. Geraldo gets a piece of it, and it's chopped foul. And that's kind of been the story so far with Yoya Oe. It's been a lot of soft contact from these hitters. Nobody's been able to really time up that off speed that he's been putting on display here.
He's done a really nice job against these Royals batters. Just the 2 hits allowed. That last one to put the runner on first base with Gilbert. Obviously a little bit of a dribbler.
And that's a balk called on Oe, so Gilbert will get a free 90 feet.
I'm not sure I caught what he did there, but whatever it wasn't very subtle because you could hear 2 different umpires calling it out simultaneously.
So the Royals will take that. Now a runner in scoring position with Gilbert with any ball to the outfield would most likely score him from second. Geraldo lifts this into right field, going into the corner. Catch is made. Gilbert, he's tagging up. The throw's not going to be in time. So Geraldo does a job, and he advances the runner 90 feet with Garrett Takamatsu coming up.
Well, that was hit pretty hard off the bat out to the opposite field and right there. Just not quite deep enough to clear the fence, but it does put the runner on third base for Takamatsu.
Takamatsu had the big blast his last time up in the 5th, a 2-run home run to center field. Trying to cash in the runner that stands at third. First pitch is in there for strike 1 by Yoya Oe.
This is a big spot in the game. You've got the righty-lefty advantage. Any base hit will bring home the runner on third. And you got one of your best hitters at the plate.
2 for 3 in the ball game today. The CBL leader in on-base percentage to start the season. Garrett Takamatsu looking to have another big moment here for the Guelph Royals as he's already evened up this game once, trying to do it twice. Owe with the pitch. Takamatsu ground ball over to Morrison. Takes it on the hop, the throw to first, and it's picked but not cleanly. The Royals tie it up on what might go down as a throwing error by Evan Morrison.
Wow. Wow, that was a tough play over there at shortstop for Evan Morrison. He had to circle around that ball to be able to put some momentum into the throw. He bounced it over to first base. It looked like that one might have been on Constantino trying to pick it. I think that was kind of in his wheelhouse. But we're all tied up. Maybe not the way that Takamatsu envisioned it, but he's tied this game.
So it's again a brand new ball game. Garrett Takamatsu comes through for the Royals, hustling down the line. Maskai trying to have a big moment for himself here in a Royals uniform. It's 8-8 here in the 7th. Offense galore in this ball game.
Well, this game has gone so far, we should have known that a Royals run was inevitable to tie this one at 8.
It'll go down like this. So far on the line, 8 runs, 13 hits, 1 error for the Barnstormers. 8 runs, 11 hits, no errors for the Royals. And we still have 2 innings to play. So anything can happen in this ball game. Owe ahead in the count, 1-2. Here's the pitch. It's an off-speed missing low and away, even up 2-2. Tak taking an extra step over there at first. Here's the pitch from Owe. Line shot into left field. Base hit for Victor Maskai.
Well, Owe took a long time to wind up on that pitch. There was a sort of a deathly silence of anticipation in this crowd here. And Maskai is not phased at all. He pokes that one out into left field. Opposite field base hit, and now a runner in scoring position for Davis Nadal and a chance to put the Royals in front.
So a little bit of a 2-out rally coming up here in this ball game. And good job right there, Ryan Eakin bringing the balls to the umpire there out of B. That's what you like to see out of the Guelph Royals assistant general manager. Hustling, too, the entire way through. Great play right there.
Nadal was causing some big issues on the base paths earlier.
Owe, first pitch there to Nadal's for strike 1.
Be fun to see what he could do if he gets on again.
Big cut there by Nadal, but he misses it. Behind now, 0-2. Royals threatening to potentially take the lead for the first time in this ball game. They have a runner in scoring position at second base. That's Garrett Takamatsu.
The crowd here is absolutely locked in.
Yeah, everybody locked in on what's going on.
Between pitches, I mean, it is so quiet.
Nadal chops this back to the pitcher, and he can't field it. Bases are loaded.
Well, another awkward bounce on the grass. Looked like Owe thought that one was going to spring into his glove, and he was going to be able to make a play to first, but instead it just sinks. It sinks into the grass, and it's another ball that confuses a pitcher and another infield base hit.
Well, we wait to see what they score it. I mean, it was one of those plays where you can say the grass ate it like you mentioned, and Nadal was able to run it out, or you can just say, you know, Owe should have been able to field that one, but nonetheless, this is where we are. Bases loaded. A meeting on the mound now with Yoya Owe. Big chance here for the Royals to take a late game lead. They have been fighting from behind all game long. So it gets put down as a single for Davis Nadal. And now it's J.D. Williams, a longtime member of this Guelph Royals squad, with a chance to give the Royals their first lead of the ball game.
Well, you think back to that throwing error from Evan Morrison. If that throw, is able to get the out there at first, if the pick is made, I mean, the Barnstormers are still in front. Now all of a sudden, it's a bases-loaded situation, so consequential.
Williams hits this to short. Taken across, the throw to third. It's in time. So wise play by Evan Morrison. The Royals threaten, but they just leave the bases loaded. Can't take the first lead of the game. It's 8-8 as we head to the 8th inning here at David E. Hastings Stadium. You're watching Royals TV.
What I like about my Rollins glove is really just the quality of it. Every year I get a glove, man, I know it's going to be made the right way. It's going to last me all year. Besides that, the colors, man, you get to have a little fun with it.
What I like about Rollins glove first and foremost is the quality.
It's got to be like an extension of my hand and very flexible and have a deep pocket and, ready for diving and anything that comes my way.
What I look for in a Rawlings glove is something that's durable, it's going to last me a long time. I like the Pro Preferred. For me, I just feel like it lasts longer.
I'll probably just do this whole color scheme right here. I'm gonna wait for the gold. I gotta get gold glove before I can do the gold.
As a kid growing up, whenever I see somebody out on the baseball field, that's all they had was a Rawlings. All I wanted to do was grow up and get a chance to be on a major league field and, have my Rawlings.
Back here, top of the 8th. New pitcher into the ball game for the Royals, the Polish Prince, Marek Deska, one of the longest reigning members in this league. Here in his appearance for the Guelph Royals on the year, he has a 12 ERA. He's only appeared, though, in 6 innings. Hasn't really been a big sample size for him. He's had 2 really good appearances and one that kind of really inflates that ERA, and that was against the Kitchener Panthers. He gave up 6 earned runs in that one, but he did strike out 3, only walking 1.
How do you think you say the name of his hometown?
I am not going to try to not be rude.
It's a tough one. It's a puzzler.
All I know is it has been fun to watch him pitch over the years. Again, a player that has been in this league for so long. He was a long-standing member of the Toronto Maple Leafs before coming over to Guelph this season. This is off the handle, and Williams is able to make the catch.
Good jump by J.D. Williams out there in center field. Closes in on the ball pretty quickly. And a quick out, number 1 here in the top of the 8th. It's felt like when it's rained, it's poured a little bit for some of these Guelph pitchers, and 1 hit turns into 2 hits, turns into runner in scoring position, turns into runs on the board. So that first out feels big.
Pinch hitter into the ball game here for Chatham-Kent. It's going to be number 17, Kean Johnston. The Fruitvale, BC native will make his first appearance in this ball game.
Johnston.
He lifts a fly ball into right field. Patterson, he's going back. Oh, and he falls. and I think that ball might have hit him as he was down on the ground. Oh, man, oh, man. Patterson was hustling over there. He got to the spot, and he just got tripped up by the grass out there.
Yeah, Patterson was absolutely flying. He was on his horse down towards that line and looked like, yeah, he got tripped up by the grass. I don't think he was diving out for the ball. He's rolled over.
Yeah, the trainer's out with him right now, and just you hope that he's going to be okay. It's a guy that has just done so well this season. Again, he's had 2 massive hits tonight, 2 RBI singles in big moments of this ball game, and you just hope that he's all right.
Looks like he's going to remain in the game.
He'll shake it off, and whew, that is a sigh of relief by everybody on the Guelph side.
Yeah, you're hoping that that's maybe just a wind knocked out of you situation, right? Or, just takes a few moments and you're back to 100%. Now, Johnston, the pinch hitter here. 2 home run game last time he played against these Royals in that first game of the season. 16-2 victory that we talked about.
Deska gets Johnston swinging through that for strike 2. So looking out there to right field, it looks like Patterson is kind of just shaking out that left shoulder. Went down awkwardly was the big thing. High inside, and that catches Johnston right off the helmet.
Luckily, that one, I think, just clipped his helmet. You could hear it from here, but just got out of the way enough to avoid some real damage.
Obviously, no intention behind that by Deska. Just one of those pitches where it slips out of the hand. He's trying to go inside on the batter. He's ahead 0-2, just trying to get a fastball high and inside on Johnston.
We talked about that top-level French league earlier when I was talking about Mercadier. It turns out Johnston also played in that same league. So some real French Division I connections, the France Division I Baseball League.
Played with La Rochelle Bocquinier, I believe is how you say it. I could be very wrong, and if I am, I apologize.
Seems to be a real feeder for these Barnstormers.
First pitch there against the leadoff man. Thomas Green is in there for strike 1.
Johnston, likely not a threat on the bases. No stolen bases so far this season. See how much attention Deska pays over there.
And Merrick Deska, workhorse that he is, working through this one. This ball is hit down the right field line. Patterson's just going to let that one fall.
Yeah.
He's not going to chase that one. He's
not taking any chances.
I don't blame him at all whatsoever.
Not at all. Not at all. Looked like it was well out of his reach anyway.
Deska leaning in, head in the count 1-2. Big momentum hitting. If the Royals can put up a 0 here, this is a shot into right field. Johnston, he's going to take the turn. He's going to head over to third. Patterson with the throw. Nadal will cut it off. And there's runners at the corner with 1 out here in the 8th.
Well, it was a very aggressive throw from Patterson out there in right field. A little bit off the line, but Davis Nadal does a good job coming off the bag to make sure he catches that one so that the runner cannot advance home. Like you said, now runners on the corners here with 1 out. It's the type of situation where you're really wanting a double play ball if you're Deska.
Again, it just doesn't get easy, though. You have the 2, 3, 4 batters due up, and those are the 3 guys that have basically been red hot the entire season, especially the guy at the plate. Evan Morrison, who is 3 for 4, 2 doubles, 1 single, and he ripped a ball to second base, but he was thrown out his last time up. He does it here again. Geraldo bobbles it, tries to go to first, and not in time. So you get the ground ball, but Miguel Geraldo just couldn't hang on.
Well, I was going to say, if you're going to be glass half full, the one good thing about a guy who is 3 and 4 today being at the plate in that situation is that he's going to put a ball in play, and that's exactly what he did. Sends it over to second base, but I think it was the grass again. It looked like an awkward hop over there to second base. It's a tough play for Geraldo to scoop it up. And not only can he not turn two, the runner at first is safe too.
Well, Deska, I mean, he does his job, gets the ground ball. It's just bobbled there at second by Geraldo. And give credit to the Barnstormers. Every time that Guelph has answered back to equalize this game up, the Barnstormers have charged back on their own to take a one-run lead.
You know, they say old Mo is a fickle guy. That's exactly what he's been tonight. Momentum swinging back and forth all throughout this contest.
Well, Deska ahead of another batter, 0-2. You can't fault Merrick Deska for what he's been able to do here tonight. He's gotten ahead of a lot of hitters, and he's got the ball put in play. Just hasn't gotten the help yet from the defense. Look to try to change that narrative here on this one. 1 out still in this inning. Here's the 0-2. Low and away, missing, ball one.
We've talked ad nauseum about the grass in this one, but there have been so many defensive miscues in this game that, I mean, really, like, it must be the conditions. These guys are great baseball players. You don't see stuff like this happening unless that there's something.
Grounder hit to Gilbert at short. No play to turn two. Throw to first in time. Nice pick by Victor Mascai. So both runners will advance 90 feet, but they trade the 90 feet for an out.
Yeah, as I was saying, when you see this many defensive miscues, really you have to look at the conditions. You have to look at the field, and you know, it was coming down pretty hard before the game, and I think that that is the answer we're looking for. I think it's kind of amazing how many problems it's caused.
So 2 outs here in the top half of the 8th. 1 run has come across. Deska just trying to limit any damage. He has 2 in scoring position with maybe one of the most dangerous hitters in this Chatham-Kent Barnstormers lineup. Grayson Barrett has been so good this year. Team leader in RBIs with 22.
Ward going to go out to the mound to have a little bit of a conversation about how to approach this at bat. You know, as big of a spot as any with a high-powered hitter and 2 runners in scoring position. This is one where you got to execute, and looks like we might have pitching change coming.
I also say he's leading the team. He's leading the league in RBIs. He has 22, and that's 2 more than anybody else does. Kenise Ejo behind him with 20.
Looks like the conclusion of that conversation was, let's get you out of the game.
Yep, and it looks like a new pitcher coming to the ball game. It's a lefty, and it looks like it's going to be Kevin Escorcia, who will come in to try to halt the momentum the Barnstormers have been brewing up. It's the top half of the 8th, 2 outs, 2 on, and a 1-0 count to Grayson Barrett. We'll have Kevin Escorcia in the ball game momentarily. Kevin Escorcia coming into the ball game here to pitch for the Guelph Royals. Zach Benoit alongside Max Purdon. And what a ball game this has been, Max. I mean, just back and forth these offenses have gone. It's really just been a masterclass of, who can string the hits better.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it's been kind of amazing to watch the way that the pendulum has swung back and forth. So many times in this game, it seems like Guelph has been out of it, and they've stormed right back in it. And how does Chatham-Kent respond? They take the lead right back. And now an interesting situation as Escorcia comes in mid at bat. I think your theory is probably correct. They wanted to get him as much warm-up time as possible.
Inside.
They barreled towards a situation where you were going to have the high-powered lefty Barrett at bat pretty quickly. That puts you in a spot where maybe Escorcia doesn't have a ton of warm-up time. Try to stretch that out as long as they could.
Barrett hits that foul down the left field side. Escorcia, well, he has been phenomenal, really. He had one big outing, and that was the first game of the season for him against the Welland Jackfish where he gave up 5. But ever since then, he has gone 7 1/3 innings pitched, only giving up 2 runs. He has looked terrific in the role that the Royals have him in. Trying to get out of a jam here. 2-2 is the count, 2 on. Here's the pitch. Did Barrett go around? They appeal. No, he didn't. As close as it can get.
If they had appealed to me, I would have said that was a strike. It was it was very close. Doesn't get the call, and the count runs full. You got a base over there to put him at first. It's not the end of the world if he reaches on a ball.
3-2. Here's the pitch from Escorcia. In there, strike 3. Ward applies the tag. Escorcia comes in and gets a massive strikeout against Grayson Barrett. The Royals trail by 1 as we head to the bottom half of the 8. Only 6 outs left for Guelph to work with as they try to come back. You're watching Guelph Royals baseball.
Get ready, Chatham-Kent. For the first time ever in the new Canadian Baseball League era, the 2026 All-Star Showdown is landing at Fergie Jenkins Field on the July 11th and 12th weekend. The league's top talent all in one place. Watch the full slate of skills competitions, including the popular Home Run Derby on Saturday, and on Sunday, the ultimate 2026 CBL All-Star Game featuring your favorite players for a mid-season showdown. Chatham-Kent, it's our time. The All-Star Weekend of the new CBL era. It's history in the making.
To be the best, you've got to ring performance from every second. The game is getting faster every season. So Rawlings made a time machine to help you keep up. Introducing the all-new Velo ACP. It's light, it's balanced, so you can pick your pitch and drive the ball with maximum exit velocity. The game's gotten faster. Your bat has too.
Well, a couple of changes here in this one on the Chatham-Kent side. New pitcher in the ball game, number 99, Bo Buckley. They also have a new left fielder out there. It's number 13, Lee Kusera. So a couple of changes coming through, and, well, if you're looking at the pitching side of things, they go to a big arm in Bo Buckley. He has been phenomenal this year. 5 games, 7 2/3 innings pitched, has not allowed a run, 7 strikeouts, 5 walks. He is no stranger to the CBL. He pitched in 2021 with the London Majors when they won the CBL championship, formerly, or I should say the IBL championship, now known as the CBL championship. He pitched to a 1.8 ERA in that year. Five games appeared in 5 innings. I mean, he was just electric out of the bullpen.
Over there in left field, Lee Kucera comes in the game. Chatham native. This guy is so Chatham native that his previous club is listed as the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers. Doesn't get more Chatham than Lee Kucera out there in left field. See if Guelph can do what they've done all night, come back from another deficit.
Well, this is the part of the order that keeps getting the party started, it feels like. As Ward watches that one go by. Good eye there by the backstop. It'll be interesting to see the man on deck, Ashton Patterson, if he's able to fully swing the bat. Because, again, it was his left shoulder that was kind of awkwardly pulled when he dove for the ball in right field. Another good eye there by Matthew Ward.
If one of these two guys can reach, Ward or Patterson, it sets the table, like you said, for the top of this Royals order. And that has been what they've been doing really well all night. It's getting traffic in front of the top of the order, and the top of the order has not disappointed.
A little flare shot to second, but it's grabbed there, and Ward is retired. It was the right idea, trying to go oppo, just didn't get enough of it off the end of the bat.
He served that one just to the end of the infield dirt. Just not quite enough on it to get it over the glove of Thomas Green over there at second base. And now the baton is passed to Ashton Patterson. Like we said, they really want to set the table for the top of this Guelph order, and Patterson maybe still ailing from that trip out there in right field.
So interesting enough, Patterson squares to bunt but pulls it back. Looked like it was a running bunt if he was able to get it down. So it goes down as ball one. He has got a nice ovation coming up to the plate here by the Royals faithful. They respect and appreciate the efforts he's made in the outfield, and especially what he's done with the bat tonight. 2 for 3 with, again, 2 RBI singles.
Certainly no hesitation with that swing. That one was 100% effort. Monks is now in, playing right at the edge of the infield dirt.
Swings through that one again. 1-2 is the count. Bo Buckley, what can you say about him? The 24-year-old hailing out of Wyoming. He has been so good this season for the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers. The Royals trying to tack on his first given run of the year.
He's got a great baseball name.
Oh, yeah.
Bo Buckley.
Terrific.
I don't think you could make one.
I will say,
baseball.
shout out to his parents. They knew what they were doing. That is a great name
for
baseball.
Did. Yeah.
Terrific job. Here's the 2-2. Patterson pulls it to first, taken on the hop by Constantino, and he retires Ashton Patterson.
Another awkward hop over there towards Constantino, but he gets the body in the way and is able to block it right into his glove. Gets it over to first for an easy out number 2.
And I like this. Patterson just relaying some information to Dos Santos.
He's probably saying, I like your walk-up song.
Also probably just letting him know what he's seeing there from Bo Buckley. Try to get any advantage that you can if you're a hitter.
Well, now the onus is solely on the top of this order. No traffic to precede them. Dos Santos.
And looks like the rain is starting to come down here.
Uh-oh.
Ever so slightly. Dos Santos watches that go by. So, it gets called a strike. Thought it was high. But I was going to mention, 0 for 4 in the night, but he will stick to his game plan, not chasing bad pitches. Inside yet again.
Well, yeah, the rain is really starting to come down. You can see it out there. We're fortunate to be here under the cover of the box.
I know. Thank Lord we have a roof.
I don't think not every stadium in the CBL has a situation as luxurious as this, but we're fortunate on this night. Some dissatisfaction is being voiced, Not quite sure at what, but a few upset fans in the crowd here.
Yeah, high strike on that outside corner. DeSantos did not agree. Pulls us to first, takes it on the hop, and that one's just tough. Tough inning there for the Royals. Looked like momentum could possibly shift in their favor. But they will go 1-2-3 as we head to the top of the ninth. It's 9-8 for the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers here in Guelph. You're watching Royals TV.
What I like about my Rollins glove is really just the quality of it. Every year I get a glove, man, I know it's going to be made the right way. It's going to last me all year. Besides that, the colors, man, you get to have a little fun with it.
What I like about Rollins glove first and foremost is the quality.
It's got to be like an extension of my hand and very flexible and have a deep pocket and, ready for diving and anything that comes my way.
What I look for in a Rollins glove is something that's durable, it's going to last me a long time. I like the Pro Preferred. For me, I just feel like it lasts longer.
I'd probably just do this whole color scheme right here. I'm gonna wait for the gold. I gotta get gold glove before I can do the gold.
As a kid growing up, whenever I'd see somebody out on the baseball field, that's all they had was a Rollins. All I wanted to do was grow up and get a chance to be on a major league field and, have my Rollins.
Yeah, what do you recommend?
I love this color right here.
So I'm gonna do like a navy and red lace.
I like to be subtly flashy.
My first glove was the Rollins glove. Right here is kind of my baby. Took a year for her to break in. Rollins guys hooked me up with this color. It was a new color that came out, and I was like, let me get it.
I always played with a Rollins glove. That's all I know. It was branded in my brain to play with that.
I just fell in love.
So the backstop, Yushin Oda, he'll come up for another at-bat. He had a big-time home run earlier in the ballgame. That gave, at the time, it gave the Barnstormers a one-run lead. Again, the rain continues to fall here. We'd mentioned it a bunch of times, and we're hoping to try to get through this as quick as possible. But Mother Nature, she waits for no one.
If the Royals can get out of this inning without allowing any damage, it really could be advantage Guelph that it has started to rain, because pitching becomes a lot more difficult in these sort of conditions. So you can see there, a pitch maybe a little bit overcooked.
So during the break, Chatham-Kent, one of the fine folks out in Chatham-Kent, Dan Dominguez, he sent me a message. He said, just want to let you know that Bo Buckley's first name is Peter Buckley. But I will still stand by Bo Buckley is a great baseball name. So he knew what he was doing.
I think Peter's a good name too. I think his parents still did a good job.
Yeah,
Peter Buckley.
Terrific job.
Yeah.
Shout out Mom and Dad.
Any way you slice it, just a job well done.
And leadoff walk here to Yushin Oda. Again, the rain just kind of continues to fall. Looks like it's picking up a little bit, hoping to get through this game.
Hopefully the meta glasses are okay in the rain.
I don't think he has them on in this game. I think they're the Oakley sunglasses one that he has. So I don't think he has them on. I wish he did. It'd be really cool to see the perspective tonight, but understand why he doesn't. Escorcia, yeah, it's been a little bit of a tough go. He's trying to find the grip here, the baseball with all the rain that's falling.
It's really starting to come down.
Yeah, and it's not going to stop until well after this ball game, around 12:30. So, to all the lovely spectators, you are in a rain game. Line shot, Gilbert will catch it. And that's a big out, number one for the Royals.
That's huge. Like I said, if the Royals are able to keep this game at just a single run deficit, I mean, you're in a situation where it is so tough to pitch. You're only down one run. You've come back from behind so many times in this game already. I mean, we'd be in for a really fun finish.
Pitch on the outside corner, called strike one there by Escorcia.
If you're the umpire in this spot, do you expand the strike zone a little bit, knowing that the command might be a little bit tougher in these conditions?
I think the pitchers would hope, or the batters would hope that it would stay the same under the whole game. Another good pitch there. Escorcia continues to do a magnificent job. Again, ever since that, after that first game he pitched in the CBL, he has been lights out. And talking with Ryan Eakin before the season started, he was really excited about Escorcia coming to Guelph. The profile speaks for itself as that one just misses the outside corner. Good spot there by Kevin Escorcia. But the profile speaks for itself in the Frontier League. Again, he established himself as one of the more dominant relief pitchers. And he's trying to do that again here in the CBL.
That ball replaced, presumably because it got wet. Looks like.
Well, I was going to say, funny enough, looks like the rain has slowed down a little bit.
It kind of has. You can't hear it as much anymore.
It's not as windy. Here's the 1-2. Lifted, and, well, that brand new baseball is going to be drenched in water once it gets returned.
Maybe a little bit of a breeze out there in center field, going right to left. But for the most part, the wind has been pretty calm tonight.
Here's the 1-2. Just missing the outside spot. Escorcia, he's been picking that corner beautifully here in this outing. Just hasn't been able to get it to work the last two.
The rain is back in full force, but Escorcia, yeah, he's really been picking that outside edge. It's been his target zone. Just missed the strike zone there.
Off speed. This is pulled to first. Maskai has to go in and out of the glove. Still goes to second, and he gets the lead out. So that could have been a scary play for Victor Maskai. But he still gets the out, and that's the lead runner. So a big-time play there with 2 outs.
Yeah, maybe could have been a double play ball, but again, these conditions are so tough. The grass is different. The ball is going to bounce different. It's a little bit wet. I mean, that transfer's got to be difficult as well, especially after it's bounced on the wet grass. I mean, it's a much more difficult play than maybe it looks to be on the surface, just to get the single out on that lead runner.
Owen Constantine, the first baseman, a little bit of a buckle in that back leg there. Again, first time he's probably seeing Escorcia in a ball game.
The rain is really coming down now.
In there for strike one. Count goes 1-1. Yeah, and Escorcia needs a new baseball. I don't blame him. It stops, then starts. It stops and starts. We just got to stop talking about it at this point.
Yeah, we really should. But I will say, I mean, this is a situation where if maybe it's a little bit earlier in this game, we are seeing a pause in play because of the conditions. But, I mean, when you're this late, you may as well get it over the finish line.
Yeah, 9th inning. I mean, top of the 9th, especially with 2 outs. They just want to try to get this one in the books as quick as possible. Here's the 1-1. Swung on and missed by Constantine, 1-2. You can see Escorcia going back for that rosin bag on the backside of the mound, just trying to keep his hand as dry as possible. He's a guy that, with that off speed, it can be so lethal, especially in a moment like this. Lefty, lefty. 1-2 count, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Constantino hits it a second. Geraldo, throw to first in time. Kevin Escorcia comes in and delivers a scoreless top of the 9th. A terrific outing again by the crafty lefty. We go to the bottom of the 9th. The Royals a chance to walk it off, trailing 1 against the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers. You're watching Royals TV. Well, here we go. The table is set. Bottom 9, the 2, 3, 4 hitters due up in the lineup for the Royals with a chance to try to get back in and walk this ball game off. A beautiful bunt laid down by Gilbert. Buckley, the throw, not in time. How about that? Anthony Gilbert, you set the table with a leadoff bunt single. Whew.
Wow. What a start to this bottom of the 9th inning. An absolutely perfectly executed bunt down in that no man's land between the pitcher and catcher. Buckley's got to come out to try to grab it and throw to first. The throw just late. And man, what a start to this inning. Gilbert. Traffic on the bases here for Geraldo.
Yeah, nobody at all expected Gilbert to square around and bunt, let alone lay down a perfect one. But he sets the table beautifully as Geraldo lifts this in a left field down the line. Is it fair? Yes, it is. All the way to the wall. Gilbert on his horse. He's going home. The throw to the plate, not in time. Miguel Geraldo, game-tying RBI double here in the 9th.
Are you not entertained? Oh my goodness, it just continues. The Royals storm back yet again. They tie this game in the bottom of the 9th inning. An RBI double from Miguel Geraldo, perfectly placed down the left field line and past the outstretched fielder out there. My goodness. And now Takamatsu up with the runner on second base and no outs.
He'll get intentionally walked.
And hey, never mind, Takamatsu will not be up.
For what feels like the 10th time this season, Tak will get the bat taken out of his hands, and it's up to the newcomer, Victor Mascai. Winning run in scoring position at second base. Mascai just trying to continue to either pass the baton down the line or cash in Geraldo. And he looks like he's squaring. And he gets a piece of it, but it gets fouled off. Oh, how the tables have shifted yet again. This squad, this never say die attitude of the Guelph Royals continues to shine through.
Well, Buckley had come in and he had just carved the Royals in that 8th inning, and then all of a sudden this game is tied in the blink of an eye.
Squaring a bunt again and pulls it back in time. This time is Mascai. Victor Mascai, he's 1 for 4 on the night. He singled his last time up. It was a great hit too. He really chopped down his swing and hit it the other way. 1-1 count to the Royals' first baseman. Here's the pitch from Buckley. Thought about swinging through, but doesn't. Just getting the inside corner there was Buckley. I mean, it was close. Mascai took it. Looked like it was a good take.
Now the bunt is likely no longer on the table.
Buckley ahead, 1-2. Mascai trying to come up big. Pitch missing high, 2-2.
Crowd's getting really into it now. A lot of stomping. Can feel the vibrations up here in the booth. What a game, and what a spot in this game.
Still no outs. The table was set by Gilbert, who laid down a beautiful bunt. Geraldo doubled and tied it. Mascai trying to score that run. Big cut, and he goes down swinging. How about Bo Buckley? Doesn't go with the fastball, goes with the off speed. That just shows trust in your pitches.
A well-executed pitch there. That is a huge out to get. Mascai came out originally looking to get the bunt down and move the runners ahead. Ends up pivoting in his approach, and he goes down swinging, and the runners stay on first and second.
I'll bring up the third baseman, Davis Nadal, who is 2 for 4 on the day. He's reached 3 times. One was a air that went on the pitcher. I think it actually got jotted down as a hit. So he's technically 3 for 4 on the day. Takes a big hack at the first pitch behind the count 0-1. Buckley trying to get out of this jam. The Royals trying to walk it off here. outside.
You can feel the collective heartbeat of the Royals faithful here at Hastings Stadium. A lot of nervousness in the air. Another nail-biter for this Royals squad.
Trying to extend the win streak to 4. Here's the pitch to Nadal. Skies this into deep center field. Geraldo is back. He's tagging. He's advancing. Takamatsu's also going into second. So both runners tag up and score, or advance 90 feet. And now it's J.D. Williams coming up.
I have to say, I'm not quite sure why you would tag up from first to go to second in that spot if you're Takamatsu. It feels like a little bit too much risk for the reward of eliminating the force at second. I mean, that's it.
What I could see was that Takamatsu saw the center fielder catch the ball and kind of stumble a little bit.
Yeah.
And also to stay out of a force, he advances there. So now the only play is at first base. It's J.D. Williams. Again, a guy that his season started off a little rocky, but he's been slowly turning it around. Tonight, 1 for 3. He also walked. Winning run 90 feet away. He watches that inside for strike 1.
Geraldo dancing around a little bit there at third base. Not drawing a lot of attention so far.
Buckley has bent a little bit, hasn't broken yet. Can Williams hit the last nail? And he watches it by. 2-1. Good patience here by number 8. Two and 1 count. Winning run at third. Here's the pitch to Williams. Line shot through. The Royals walk off the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers, and it's J.D. Williams with the final blow.
Wow, Zach, what a game. A walk-off winner here in the bottom of the 9th inning. The rain had started to come down. It didn't matter for the Royals. They come back, and their first lead of the game is the game winner. Oh my goodness, a back-and-forth contest, and the Royals extend their win streak to 4 games in the most dramatic of fashions.
What a game. You mentioned it, the first lead they get is the winning run off the bat of J.D. Williams. The Royals, they improved to over 500 for the first time on the year. 7-6. They sit 1 game back of the Welland Jackfish for 4th. Final game notes here. 9 runs, 14 hits, 1 error for the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers. And the final count for the Royals. 10 runs, 16 hits, 1 error. Winning pitcher is Kevin Escorcia. Losing pitcher is Bo Buckley. That will do it from us, from the broadcast booth, from everybody here. We want to thank you for joining us for another Royals baseball game. My name is Zach Benoit with Max Purdon. We hope you have a fantastic rest of your evening.